welcome to another play-by-play commentary with the hockey coach, your coach Francis Zerkley for the beautiful country of Thailand. Tonight, an NHL game between the Florida Panthers and the Detroit Red Wings. Florida 17-16-4 are going to use Sergei Bobrovsky tonight. And then the Detroit Red Wings are 16-13-7. The game is at the Little Caesar, Detroit, downtown in Michigan. Welcome, everybody. Thanks to be with us on the beautiful, great night of the January 6th, 2023, the first Friday of the year 2023. We'll go to rock and roll this show until to the end with, of course, following by a couple of conversations about what's going on. We'll talk about a little bit after the World Junior Championship. And we have time to invite some people at the post game and talking about hockey all together. We are already the moderator, Mr. Luciano Graziano, knocked the door. Welcome back, Mr. Luciano. And we have Vinny come back with us. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation show. We're going to put some stat, everything like this. Tonight, I didn't have got the logo of the two game tonight. I apologize a little bit behind about this. I'm guilty about this. You know, part of the sometime cannot be perfect. But glad to see you guys. And it'll be interesting. It's funny because when we do the Florida Panthers, guys, the viewers are not great. And I don't know why. I don't know why the Florida Panthers don't attract people at the channel, but it is what it is. I'm going this game. Why this game called? Because I want to follow the Florida Panthers now to see the purpose of the Montreal, maybe have a better selection. We have 6 games in the program tonight. First of all, the Washington hosts the Azure Predator, and then we have the Jets at 8 o'clock host the Lightning, and then we have the Blackhawks at 8:30, the Coyotes, the Flame. Another game we can follow up a little bit later. Again, the New York Islanders at 9 o'clock. And finally, at 10 o'clock, the last game of the night, the Sharks play again the Anaheim Ducks. We know the last game, guys, the Ducks won by the score 6-5 and overtime. Tomorrow afternoon, the Devils host the Rangers. The Blue Jackets host the Hurricane. The Toronto Maple Leafs play again the Detroit Red Wings tomorrow night. The Sabres hold the Wild. The Montreal hold the Blues. The Senator hold the Kraken. The Kings Golden Knights versus the Kings. That'll be a good game. And the Avalanche versus Edmonton. Another game to watch tomorrow. So a lot of action left and right, guys. And it will be interesting what's happening about this. They're going to start the game right away right there. Look like the puck is dropped, but my feet is not there yet with the NHL TVA. About that, Ellen Cave, I hope that gets smoked by the Detroit tonight. You're absolutely right about this. Thanks everybody to be a part of the show. I don't know, do we have string right there? Here we go. The puck will be dropped. Look like I'm behind about the time on the live stream. It's going to be back up with Verhey here. The puck dropped. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation show. Hopefully, Ellen, you're ready to rock and roll your weekend. And glad that Dylan Larkin is between the pipe. Don't forget to click on the like. That'd be awesome. Thanks to be a part of the show. William McClary knocked the door. Thanks to be back with us. And of course, Luciano is with us. Now go back. Shoot a puck by Verhey. Miss the net or maybe barely save it. A recovery by Detroit. Complete the puck in notre zone. Don't play the puck. Ekblad battle for the puck. Larkin make some pressure in the corner. Larkin play with Perron. And I don't know. It's, I don't know. Anyhow, Florida's coming out, back up, try to get around the puck, wrap up the puck, hold the puck a little bit longer, put in front of the net. Shoot the puck back at Shuka, and the puck go all of the play, going to reset now on the left side of the goaltender, the Detroit Red Wings. Uso was straight by the... Uso was straight for the St. Louis Blues to the... Try to get the information here. By Detroit. Go back to the site. Go back now. Don't pay the pipe by Detroit Red Wing behind the goaltender of the Bobrovsky. Battle for the Raymond. Pipe behind the net. Battle by Detroit. Keep the puck behind by Aaron and bring it puck to the blue line. It's set up by fire puck. Black shot by the defenseman at the Florida Panthers. The puck go back to Chariot. When the puck to under the side. Set up now by Detroit. Bring the puck to the blue line. Hold the puck. Bring the puck to Chariot. Chariot will read the puck. Hit it! Wow! Already the Detroit Red Wings is the ex-Montreal Canadian Ben Chariot scored the first goal of the game. It gave the Montreal the Detroit Red Wings take the lead 1-0. Ben Chariot is third of the year for the Detroit Red Wings. Remember, Chariot played, of course, for the Florida Panthers last year, and he beat his ex-teammate Bobrovsky. Chariot, third goal of the year, and that's what we got right there. The first goal of the night, Ben Chariot. Thank you so much to get that one there. The veteran, the Detroit Red Wings. And then Coach William, thanks so much, everybody. Thanks to be a part of the show tonight. Don't forget to click on the like. You have a chance. That'd be great. Now, buck winning by Florida Panthers. Don't play the puck in neutral zone. The puck stuck over there. Don't play behind the goaltender. Also recovery by the defenseman Langstrom. And bring the puck to the wall. The puck go back in the neutral zone by the Florida, by the Detroit Red Wings. Don't play point for the bench. Turn around, get hit by MEILLEUR. Recovery by Kudas. Kudas behind the goaltender. Bring the puck in the corner. Chasing out by Detroit. Return the puck in front of the net. Kudas intercept. Finally, Detroit is going to Florida is going to dump the puck in neutral zone. The puck bouncing back behind the goaltender of the USO. Back right now by the defenseman of the Detroit Red Wings. Battle with 5 players. Finally, Detroit is going to recover the puck, bring the puck to the wall for Veleno, I believe. I'm not sure it's Veleno. And now I'll go back. DD set up by Langstrom. Now, long search by neutral zone. Detroit cannot control the puck. Still the puck went out by MEILLEUR. Recover the puck behind the net of Bobrovsky. Then Detroit, Florida's coming back. Florida taking out the right side of USO. And then behind the net, lose the puck barely. Recovery behind. And now Chariot loses edge after the puck go back to Ekblad. Shoot the puck in the back door. Great stick of the Detroit Red Wings to steal the puck and front. Then big hit. Now the Florida Panther recovery by Ekblad. Get the puck right there. No high same puck by Lambert. And for the net, no chin tip in front by the defense by his teammate. And the puck missed. So go back to Ekblad. Shoot the puck in front of the net. Back to Lundberg. Recovery puck, bring puck behind the net. The Florida put some pressure now. Bring puck on the right side in front of the net. Go back to shoot the puck forward. And the boot! And the boot from Gustav Forsling and the Florida answered back all the way and tied the game 1-1. Forsling score for the Florida Panthers. A tied the game 1-1. And already have only one shot to the net. Both team and both goalie. They're not looking good. 2 shots for the blue line for both team and 2 goals on the happening at this start of the game between both teams. Wow. I love Big Ben. He was my favorite ex-Montreal Canadian from Hélène Primo, his first back game with the Laval Rocket. 500, 600 career assist for Eric Stahl, guys, tonight. So congratulations for Eric Stahl and the Detroit Red Wings. Now we are tie game with a goal of forcing. We're going to see score is 6 of the year, guys. 6 goals for Forsling. Stahl have an assist. Look like the goal is gave to Berggren. Berggren got a goal. Wow. Look like Chariot didn't have no goal on that one over there. So the goal was changed by NHL guys. Berggren got an assist on that one over there. And Oronek. I lost the game a little bit. I put the over there. I'm getting there. All right, coach. Not a problem. All right, go back in front of the net. Recovery by Forsling. Bring back a neutral zone. Intercept by Detroit Red Wings. Go to regroup on defensive zone. Go DDD. Set up now on neutral zone by Raymond. I believe it. Don't put the pocket. Chasing it out by Detroit behind the goal line. And then go back the other side by Renard. Lose the puck. Great play by the Detroit Red Wings. Reset now. Go DDD. Go back recruit behind the net of the USO. Set up now. Detroit's coming out by himself. Try to get puck on the back door. Go back at the blue line. Intercept by Florida Panthers. But Detroit they get pick up the pucks. Coming on the right side of the race. Fire puck for Veleno. lose the puck completely. The puck miss the net completely. The puck go bouncing back on defensive zone, possibly an icing. No icing. Reset now. By the Detroit Red Wings go DDD, pick up the puck in neutral zone. By Detroit attacking now, 2 versus 2. Come back on the right side. They hold the puck a little bit. Great move. Shoot the puck. Black shot by Bobrovsky. Recovery by Villano. Holding the puck and with Kudas on the left side. Bobrovsky chasing it out by Lundell. Lundell. Oh, had a hit by Detroit on Lundell. Go back now. DD set up by Detroit. Go back all the way back on defensive zone. Don't play the puck by Detroit in front of net. By Kubalik. No chance. Intercept by the Florida. Great play by the defenseman to get a puck back and to get there. For some reason, my screen was not high too much. Go back now. Holding by Kudas. We'll hold the puck a little bit longer to keep the puck. Manta, Lindstrom play together. Ronek, Chariot, and Wildman with Zeders. Go back now by Wildman. Pass the puck to Zeder. Keep the puck now to the player from the 70. Sunquist. Shoot the puck. Bobrovsky make a save. No rebound in front of Sutter. We'll go to reset on the right side. London got smashed in front of the bench on Moser. And twice Lundell got hit, by the way. What a hit by the Detroit Red Wings. That's what we got so far between both teams. And thanks to be with us tonight. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. And we appreciate your participation with the Hockey Nation Live Show. And that's what we got. Unload the puck. Unfortunately, lose the puck. Recovered by the 4-line by Florida Panthers from the bench. Turn around by Sutter. Sutter bring it back at D. Recovery by D. Pick up now by Montour. Montour to the blue line. Montour to the red line. Montour kick out the puck to Lumber. Return the puck to Montour. The right side. Uso. Battle without Wildman. The puck go back to the wall. And recovered by Detroit. Try puck outside. Pressure by Eric Stahl. Bring it puck behind the net. Recovered by the Florida Panthers around the board. Pass the puck. Intercept by Florida. Shoot the puck in front of the net. Uso make a big save in front of Eric Stahl. The puck bouncing all the way in the head. Recovery. Hit the face of someone. Go back at the blind by Stahl. Fire the puck. Ekblad. Shoot the puck. Black shot by Detroit. The puck go all the way back on defensive zone. After a stop at the blue line by the defenseman. Go back by Ekblad. Pass the puck to the side. Back to Barkov, I believe. When the puck hit solidly. It was not very, but the tries go to Chariot. When the puck behind the net. Set up at Perron. Perron back to Larkin. Larkin get out. Possibility a penalty against the Florida Panthers. No penalty. Rasmussen lose the puck. Recovery right now by Barkov. Pass the puck to Ekblad. Return the puck to Forsling. Forsling from the bench. Pass the puck now to Verhey. Intercept now by Perron. Perron don't play pas bien goaltender. Bobrovsky can intercept. Pass the puck to Ekblad. Ekblad miss the puck by Rasmussen. Rasmussen shoot the puck. No chance. Go back to puck to Chariot. Chariot now the blind. Shoot the puck in front of the tip in front of the net. Bobrovsky make a save. Recovery by Verhey. Lose the puck. Bring the puck to the board. Intercept. It was Reinhardt. Go for Did you pick up that Detroit Red Wings? And it was on. Don't play the puck. I think it was KIMBERLY. Recovery on the left corner by the Florida Panthers. Battle on the left side of Bobrovsky. First set up. Kudas going to recovery. Kudas skating with the puck. Kudas now use the board. Pass the puck to Reinhardt. And then the puck bouncing back. Finally, the puck go back to on the left side. Set up by Florida Panthers. Attacking MEILLEUR. We have an offside at the blind. We'll go to recovery on the. We have a whistle for the linesman. It's 1-1, guys. After the first TV timeout, we're going to get at this moment. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks to be a part of the show tonight. We have already 2 goals set up in the game. Berggren score for Detroit and Forsling for the Florida Panthers. Thanks to be with us. Don't forget to guys to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. We really appreciate to have you with us tonight. So c'est Fabry 14. Let's see what's going on around the league. again, we have 6 games on the program, only 2 games in action right now. But the Nashville Predators score, Novak score his 4 of the year at 4-10, take the lead 1-0 over the Washington Capitals. And that's what we got so far in this league and this time of the NHL program tonight. We're going to get 4 shots for the Detroit Red Wings, by the way. Already we got here we go. We wait for the puck drop back and go back on the next play-by-play commentary. Thanks to be with us tonight. Detroit 25, 25, and 12. This is for the all-time Luciano. Puck under 3 ans, c'est la petite Dudy. Back to Monteau. Don't play pas bien goaltender. The puck slightly back to Ronek. Intercept par Renan. For the net, shoot the puck. Bristol make a save. What a save. Again, Listerinen by Uso. What a bad play by the Detroit Red Wings. I can see the lack of the defense struggle with Ronek behind the net. And almost a goal from Florida Panthers. And Listerinen got still robbed by the goaltender, Ville Husso. The Detroit are 25, 22, 5, and 12. Go back now, face out the right side, winning by Detroit, set up by Wildman. Wildman pass the puck to the side, hit by the Ekblad, the puck bouncing back all the way back in front of Bobrovsky by forcing. Pass the puck in front of the bench. Detroit to return the puck behind the net with Delay offside. Go back to Ekblad, pressure now by Perron. Ekblad pass the puck in the zone. Set by Cav, intercept by Detroit, but when attacking now by Rasmussen. Rasmussen the right side, fire puck and miss the net barely over the glove. Go back to Detroit by Florida, intercept by Zeder. Shoot the puck in front of the net. Nobody pinch him out by Detroit. Go back behind the goaltender. Set up by Forsling. Forsling use the board. Pass the puck and Florida going to get out of the zone. Pat Reynard pass the puck to Barkov. Pass the puck to Varehi and for the bench. Don't put the puck behind the goaltender. So reset now by Barkov. Behind the goaltender. Hold the puck a little bit more. Barkov uses big strength. Control the puck. Shoot the puck. Block shot by the Perron, I believe, putting the puck in front of the net. Set up by Wildman. Wildman lost the puck in the 3 zone. The puck intercept by Kudas. So return the puck to Barkov. Barkov to Everhay on the other side. On the back door, behind the teammates, go pinching the puck by the Florida Panthers. Bring the puck in the corner. Pinch went out by the Zeder. Zeder find a way to get a puck behind the goaltender and still prepare the break out. Zeder hold the puck a little bit more. Zeder bring the puck a little bit too far. No tips and no icing. Return the puck behind the goaltender. Bobrovsky intercept the puck. Bring the puck to the side, to the defenseman left the side. Don't bring the puck behind the goaltender of the Uso. Reset now by Mata. Mata bring the puck to Kulabik. Leave the puck all the way back. No icing. Recovery went out by a Star. The Star return the puck to the left side. Return behind intercept by Zeder. Bring the puck by shoot the puck over the stick of the Bobrovsky. Miss a great opportunity right there by Fabry. Fabry returned the lineup. Then turn around by Florida Panthers. Bring the puck on defensive zone. Set up by Detroit. Detroit a little bit more active right now for the last 2 minutes. Go back now by Lindstrom. Don't play the puck behind. Go to the Bobrovsky. Play the puck. Drop the puck behind. On the left side, recovery by I don't know who was there. Star bring the puck to Monteau. Monteau get out of the zone. Monteau pass the puck in front of the bench. Don't play the puck defensive zone of the Florida at Detroit. Going to have a nice thing by the Florida Panthers. Going to reset now on the defensive zone at the left side of the Bobrovsky with 10 minutes, 19 to go remaining on this period. There we go. Moose score 1-0. Rick Bengal gave us some information on Laval. Thanks so much, everybody, to be a part of the show. 7-12-1 on the road at this season for the Panthers, Luciano said. Go back now on the right side. Is going to be Colin White. Face to Sutter, winning by the Florida Panthers. Point for the net. Whoa, a turnover, and then Ernie tried to score on that line. Hit barely the glove of Bobrovsky. The puck back on the other side. Recovered by Stahl. Stahl tried to turn around. Stahl get hit solidly. Go back by Colin White. Putting by the outside zone. Intercept by Detroit. Return the puck and go turn it. Bobrovsky play. Bobrovsky fall. Bobrovsky on the... Bobrovsky looked like a drive... Bobrovsky guy. 7.6 back flip behind the net. Boboski, that's the note. Go back now by Manta. Manta control puck. Manta to the red line. Manta to the blue line. Now come back at the red line. Come in on the offensive zone. Manta now hold the puck behind in front of the net. No chance. Turn around by Fleury Panthers. Going to get out of a zone by Lambert. Lambert pass the puck and for the bench recovery by Detroit. Don't play puck to opposite corner. Exchange the puck with Ekblad now. Ekblad pass the puck in neutral zone. The puck is slightly back behind the net. You saw recovery by Sharia. Go DD set up now by I don't know. I think Ronek. Could be wrong. Go back now by Ronek. Ronek skating to the blue line. Ronek coming to the red line. Kick out the puck to the side. Return the puck opposite corner. Puck bouncing back in front of the Raymond. Raymond intercept by in front of the net. Great play by Kudas. Intercept the puck. Go back to Raymond. Raymond return the puck to the defenseman. Didi set up now to Chariot. Chariot hold the puck. Chariot fire the puck. The puck missed the net completely. Recover in the corner. Chasing by Reynard and Raymond. Battle for the puck. Pinched by Ronek. Ronek change the direction of the puck. The puck outside zone by Fleury Panthers. Slightly back in front of Uso. No icing. Recovered by Chariot. Pass the puck to Ronek. Didi pick up the puck per Larkin. Larkin from the bench. Kick out the puck. Turn around. And they go have new players. We have Dele outside Billy. You have by Bennett. They're going to restart on the neutral zone. We have another TV timeout. Thanks to be a part of the Hockey Nation show. And everybody looking good here. Top schedule ahead for the Panthers, Dallas, Vegas, Colorado, Leave, and Buffalo. For the Panthers, I think you talk about, yeah, they're going to be at Dallas this weekend, if I can recall it. Not going to be easy in front of them. Here we go.
Ah, c'est trippant, ça me fait tripper. Je me pense au Centre Bell, parce que c'est les mêmes instruments, puis je sais que le monde t'apprête des mains au bout.
Here we go.
Go, Habs,
One
go.
more time. Here we go. Capital just tied the game. Capital tied the game 1-1. Goal Sony Milano. Milano got a contract at the last minute at the beginning. So score is 7 of the year for Milano. He just the ANAM just gave up on him. I don't know why they gave up on him, but look like that's happening with ANAM Ducks. We're going to fix guys the number of the updates here. 50-50 face off. Thanks so much for all the update from Mr. Rick about Laval Rocket. There we go. Don't forget to vote for the All-Star players. You can go to the website called NHL.com and you can click on the All-Star player if you want. You have your favorite player to be there. Now winning by the puck in the neutral zone. Face off with Barkov recover the puck, 20 puck to the side. And now Larkin, Perron, battle for the puck. Barkov still the puck right now. Return the puck to the Blad. Use the puck. Pass the puck to Philadelphia. It's going to be a nice scene. We're going to reset now on the defensive zone of the Florida Panthers. 5 shots only after the beginning of the game. Really quick and fast and excitement with 2 goals. Now a little bit more calm down at this moment. The more scorer for the Florida Panthers, Kachuk 20 goals, Verhey 18 goals, Reynard 12 goals, Barkov 9 goals, and Listerinen, guys, are pretty good. And the Listerinen 9 goals, and Listerinen was great. And the trade, he was involved with the trade of Vincent Trocheck for the Carolina Hurricanes a couple of years ago. Anyhow, and go back behind the net, set up like by Rasmussen, putting it to Perron. Perron, the left side of Boboski, hold the puck a little bit longer, return the puck behind the net, set up for Larkin. Larkin in front of the net, the puck bouncing back after he hit the stick of the belt, but recovered out by Perron. Return the puck to Larkin, shoot the puck, miss the net barely because the hit the side of the net, recovery by Rasmussen, great stick of Boboski, intercept, Kachuk pass the puck to Barkov, loud the puck in neutral zone, the puck intercept now by Wildman, going to recovery to Didi, slap by Zeder, return the puck to Perron, hold the puck a little bit longer, bring the puck to Wildman, new plus coming for the coach, Paul Maurice for the Florida Panthers, Wildman pass the puck now to Veleno opening point in front of Kubelik. Kubelik lost his edge. Kubelik have a difficult time right now after a great start with a Detroit Red Wings. Did not retrieve his asset the last couple of games. Go back now to Mata. Mata bring puck behind the goaltender. The puck pinched by the side by Langstrom. Finally, Fleder lost the puck. Coming back now, possibly 2-1. Lose his edge. And then recovery behind by Kubelik. The puck go out of the play. I think going to reset now a neutral zone with no penalty. Since the beginning of this game, is always look like a wood and burning. Tessa, football, Bergeron et Pasnak. Tessa directly from Facebook page. Hopefully doing well. She's maybe somewhere around the world. Fly attendant. Big fan of the Boston Bruins. The best team in NHL. It hurt my heart when I said that. Boston Bruins, the best team in NHL. It is what it is, right? We have to be honest with them. They're looking great for Patrice Bergeron. Go back now, Detroit Red Wings, try the puck in front of the bench, and then battle with the Florida Panthers. Finally, the puck exchange between both teams, and the puck go nowhere until the fact many players touch the puck. Great jam. Good morning, Lucky. Panthers have never been the same since coach left, William McClary. Go back now behind the net, set up by Detroit Red Wings, bringing the puck to the wall, bringing the puck to the D, shoot the puck, missed the net completely, recover in the right corner. Florida Panthers try to get the puck outside the zone, and reset now by the Florida by Detroit, pass the puck to Chariot, pass the puck to the back door. What is great play by the Detroit Red Wings, but on the back door, tipped the puck, but he missed the net barely. Go back by the Florida Panthers, we have a icing a possibility or high stick, go to recovery right away back over there by Andrew Cup. Number 18, Cup signed as a UFA at $5 million year contract, $5 million at 5 years contract with the Detroit Red Wings. Another UFA. I know the Detroit was really active as a UFA. Signed the veteran Ben Chariot 4 years at 4.5, and David Perron 2 years at 4.5. But our defense is better without Baron. Sadly, go back now behind Mayura. Reset now. Stahl bringing the puck to the side, to the left side of the goaltender. Battle to Stahl. Brother return the puck. Bobrovsky kick out the puck to Montour. Montour trying to get puck outside the zone. The puck bouncing back to long dress. And intercept by Florida. Fire puck. Big save on the glove of the Uso on that one over there. What a save by, with a glove. Lomberg got still. Lomberg cannot believe it. He missed the net on that one. 5:44 to go remaining, guys, on this period. We have another TV timeout. What we can do here. Here we go. We are back. The Predator take the lead 2-1 versus the Bobrovsky, guys. Most of the win versus opponent team is again the Detroit Red Wings, 22-6-1, 1.86 for Bobrovsky again Detroit, and then the Predator take the lead 2-1 over the the Capitals by the shot of 15-9. Face off now the right side. So winning by Detroit Red Wings, going to turn around by Perron. Perron hold the puck. Perron pass the puck. Turn around by the Florida Panthers. Finally, Slater going to get out of the zone. Another bad play. Wildman finally find the puck. Don't pay pas par Larkin. Pass the puck to Perron. Intercept by Ekblad on the back end. The puck stuck in the zone. Reset by Detroit Red Wings. The puck finally get out of the zone. Attacking now by Verhey. Verhey's coming out. Verhey to the corner. In front of Wildman. Verhey keep contre le puck. And then intercept by Larkin. Lab the puck. Intercept by Barkov. The puck go back. Recovered by Detroit Red Wings. Set up by Zeder at the blue line. At the red line. Pass the puck now to Dumpy by Larkin behind the net. Chasing by Ekblad in front of the captain Larkin. Intercept now by Forsling. Battle for puck with Raymond. Forsling lab the puck neutral zone. The puck bouncing over the head of Chariot. And recovered by Ronek. Ronek now turn around. Pass the puck neutral zone. Set up by the Detroit Red Wings. Pass the puck to Chariot. Chariot get out of the zone. Chariot back in. Back to Ronek. Ronek pass the puck on the right side. No icing. Go dump the puck on the by Andrew Cup. Leave the puck on the right side. I think it's Raymond. Pass the puck to Ronek. Ronek return the puck to Raymond. Nobody was there. The Panthers going to use the puck. Don't pay puck behind the goaltender of Uso. Go back to the other side. Go back now, Listerin and shoot the puck. The puck bouncing back in front of the net. Good save by Uso. The puck losing at the last second by Detroit. The puck behind the net by Renard. Bella went out. Renard in the right corner. Go back in the blind. The puck bouncing over Stahl. Chasing went out by the Detroit. When Stahl going to find a way to get a puck, it turned around and hold the puck a little bit longer. Pass the puck to Monto. Monto pass the puck neutral zone. Set up by Florida Panthers. Loud the puck behind goaltender Uso. Chasing by Landell. Landell good check on the corner. But Detroit find a way to get a puck outside zone. Now two assists. Kubelik's coming now. Kubelik pass the puck to the left side. Now Detroit bring puck to the blind. Shoot the puck. The puck hit the stick. Go back in the corner. Fabry try to get a puck. No chance. Recovery by Mata. Return the puck and pinch right now by Lindstrom. Return the puck to Kubelik. Detroit put some pressure on the Florida zone. Show the puck by Manta. Miss the net. Completely recovered by the Florida in front of the bench. Lob the puck on defensive zone. Possibly an icing. Going to get that call with 3:28 to go remaining on this first period. Someone play bowling. Welcome back, Mr. R.J. Calabro. Welcome back, Bruins out on the mission. Bergeron and Krejcik on their way. So now it's time for them to get Now Detroit hold the puck, bring the puck to the Slater, shoot the puck. A belly touch at Brobowski. Now go back in the left corner. Pressure by the Detroit Red Wings. Keep the puck deep zone. Now the puck finally by Colin White. Use the board to pack all the recovery by Zeder. New players coming for Florida. Zeder pass the puck left side. Back to Sutter. Sutter bring the puck to Sandquist. The puck go outside the zone by Lombard. And now the Florida attacking now. 2 versus 2. Shoot the puck, miss the net completely. Back in the corner, Eric Stahl. Finally recovered by Detroit Red Wings. Pressure by Longbird. Go back on the left side. Recovered by Detroit. Attacking now. Pass the point in front of the net. No chance. A great play by Ekblad to skip the breakaway. Go back to Detroit by Florida Panther in offensive zone. Hold the puck in front of Mata. Don't put the puck in front of the net. They're still by the Detroit Red Wings. Hold the puck a little bit longer. And don't put the puck in front of the bench of the Florida Panthers. Go to recovery. Long stretch by forcing back to Ekblad. Waiting for new players coming. Pass the puck to Barkov to opposite corner. The puck going back by Perron. To go back behind it. Barkov bring the puck over there. Skate with the puck. Drive the puck to the D. Go D to D. Now hold the puck. Shoot the puck. Miss the net completely. Puck bouncing back on the right side. Detroit attacking by Raymond. A little bit too far for Sutter. Going to recovery by the Florida Panthers. Barkov attacking now. Keep the puck in the zone. Shoot the puck by Katchuk. Go back to Verhey. Verhey return the puck behind the net by Katchuk. The Barkov lead the puck to Katchuk on the wall. But they put it behind. Fire puck, Monto. The block stopped by the goaltender. Result recovery by Detroit Red Wings. Tried to get a puck outside the zone, battle in front of the net. And at the blue line, intercept by Detroit. Hold the puck a little bit longer. Get the puck to the side. Bring the puck to Raymond. Intercept by the Florida Panthers coming out in the offensive zone. Hold the puck a little bit longer. Waiting for the teammate. Pass the puck at the back door. Go back at the Listerin. Verhey. Bring the puck to back to Verhey. After thing, shoot the puck in the left side. Great save. The Uso the back door by Katchuk. Great play by Verhey. Detroit allowed the puck in defensive zone. The puck bouncing back over the head. It's going to be a nice scene with 1:23 to go. What a play by the Florida Panthers. They are more attacking for the last couple of minutes and tied the shot at 66. Right, be trade to London Knights for Rick Bengal said. Agree leave have to move minimum a third round. Even thought the management would probably be happy with winning the first round. William Snyder, welcome back in the house. William, thanks to be with us. Right, as I don't know who to pick on this game, I've shuffled it up for the Habs, Mr. William Snyder. And RJ, thanks so much. 1-0 for the Moose. Thank you, Rick. 13 likes tonight's show. Thank you, London. We make a run. I don't know if London have a good team, and that I think is all about the Ottawa Senator. But go back anyway. We're going to talk about it later. Go back behind the net by Monto, not Monto forcing about Detroit. Another hockey broken stick. Go back to Renat, bring it back to the right side. So no chance, intercept by Wildman, bring it back to the side, but go back to the Serenen, chasing by Zeder with Larkin. Perron is on the ice with Rasmussen. The puck go back opposite corner. The puck stuck outside zone by Ekblad going to recovery. 1 minute to go remaining on this first period. Go back now behind the net. Don't pay by Florida. Recovery by the Detroit. Bring the puck a little bit over. No tips. Tips by the Cole. Recovery now by Ekblad. Ekblad now at the blind. Bring the puck to Renard. Don't pay the puck to the side. Reset now by the Cousin now, don't play by the corner, don't pick a kick by the skate of the Manta, recovery by Detroit one more time. Pass the puck to the side, recovery by Detroit at the blue line, hold the puck, go to DD, hold the puck a little bit longer, pass the puck to D, Ronek shoot the puck, a broken stick, recovery by the Kudas. Kudas attacking out the red line, kick out the puck to Colin White, intercept by the Detroit, don't play the puck on the left side behind Boboski. It's going to be the end of this period, guys. After 20 minutes to go, the score is 1-1. We have only 2 goals. First of all, the Detroit Red Wings opened the score of this game. Again, the Florida Panthers, a goal by the tips in front of the net by the rookie Berg Green. He was his 6th of the year at 104, assisted by Chariot and Ronek, and then Forsling got tied the game 1 minute 29 seconds later, assisted by Smith, stalled to tie the game. Both players have 6 goals this season. The shot are only 6-6. Look like it's a 6th night tonight between everybody, and that's what's happening here on this game. We're going to see what's going on around the league. 2-1 after the 1 period at the Washington, at the Capital One rink in downtown Washington. That's only 2 games we have. We're going to give you a little bit more information, update the stat of the game, so to give you an idea where we're at. The net domination on the face-off by the Detroit Red Wings so far between both teams. Nobody have a takeaway back tonight, so I don't know what's going on, but that's what's happening here tonight. Thanks so much for being part of the show. RJ, Rick, Londo, we make a run. Excellent game in Laval. Holistic, hey, that's sure. Holistic, welcome back. Randy, welcome back. By the way, you're doing well. You have a good week. Francois Pitt said, go, Wings, go. You have so right. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. We appreciate a lot. We did a game tonight, guys. Why not talk about hockey? So you know what? Let's follow the Panthers and see for the race for the Montreal Canadiens. We want the Panthers. You know, that's happening about this. All right, thanks so much, everybody. Francois Pitt, Panthers must go back to 500 and below. Yes, Francois. And we talked about this a little bit earlier. Like, I think someone gave us the next William Snyder cheer in the chat. Great game call. Thanks so much, William. Agree, leave, have to move in a third round event. We talk about the management. Luciano is on way out now and never for this leave. Bron on a mission about Bergeron. And then we have someone talk about the schedule. William McClary, no, not I lost the leave first one for they have to play the Panthers guy the next couple of games again. The Dallas, Vegas, Colorado, leave at Buffalo. Luciano, yeah, I'm sorry about this. This knocked the door, by the way. And that's what we got. 1-0. The shot on 9-12. Thanks so much to give us this information, Mr. There you go. And that's what we got. We'll go take a TV time out, guys. It's not because I don't want to. It's just like I did not stop. I need to eat. I did not eat since like 4:30 this morning. So I will take a couple of minute break here, guys. Don't go nowhere. Click on the likes. We appreciate everybody to be a part of the show tonight, the Hockey Nation Live Show.
You made my day. You made my day. You made my day, oh, day. You made my day. You made my day. You made my day, oh, day. Princess of mine, what have I done to deserve your royal time? 'Cause when you chose me, a simple man, you just made my day. You made my day. You made my day. Day. You made my day. You made my day. You made my day. I was just another guy. I thought I knew, but I guess love is blind. 'Cause when you chose me, a simple man, you just made my day. You made my day. You made my day. Day. You made my day. You made my day. You made my day. Day. You made my day. You made my day. You made my day. Day. You made my day. You made my day. You made my day. You just made my day. You made my day. You made my day. Oh, day. You made my day. You made my day. You made my day. Oh, day. You just made my day. You 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 made my day.
Welcome back, everybody. We are right now at the intermission, first intermission of the night. A couple of comments in the chat. First of all, William said, did I heard stuff because he was going down to the bar. But one is go down is Shane Wright, or Shane Wright right now is going to be back with Kingston Rangers. So the Kingston Frontenac, I apologize. And then about Sarkozy, I did not hear anything now. Sarkozy was mentioned by Eric Engels by the Sportnet a couple of days ago. Possibly la Sarkozy return and the next 2 weeks in Laval. For what I see from Martin Saint-Louis, the way he talk, I don't see Sarkozy go nowhere. Why? Because the injuries, Monahan, and then you have now Gallagher, positive for long term, and I think the lack of the forward they have, and he's not a part of the healthy scratch carousel. The last 3 games, Pesada Richard, Dadanov, Armia, Hoffman, and you have Whiteman, you have Barron, and Sarkozy never been at the healthy scratch that way. He reached the total of 41 goal, 41 game tomorrow night against St. Louis Blues. This is an expiration contract for him. So if you do that, or you go that direction, I want to see the purpose to send him back in Laval or next week. Could be wrong here. The news I did not heard, but I don't see why they will do this. But again, maybe they have other plans. Maybe to give a little bit a couple time to let play that enough. Drouin, Hoffman, and the rest to show up for until the trade deadline. But will be interesting. We have 6 games on the ice on the game tonight. 6 games in NHL. The Nashville take the lead 1-0 after 20 minutes at the Capital One Arena for again the Washington Capitals. Tampa Bay play again Winnipeg at 8 o'clock. 8:30 Arizona Chicago. Followed by New York Islanders and Calgary Flame. A big game for the Flame tonight. Again the New York Islanders. The New York Islanders lost by the score yesterday. Again Vancouver Canucks. I think it was 4-2. No, it was Colorado. New York Islanders lost 4-2 again. The Edmonton Oilers. I apologize for that one over there. I think that would be fine if they go on the outside icing 3 versus 3. William Snyder. Anthony Manzano. Welcome back, Anthony. Long time we don't see you around. Anthony, welcome at the Hockey Nation Show. Anthony guy was been with us in the beginning of this channel in 2020. Coach, do you think the Panthers are going to warm up more after the All-Star game break, go into the playoff? No, Anthony. And I know you're a big fan of the Florida Panthers. There are a couple of things. First of all, Anthony, they cannot go to trade a lot at the trade deadline. They cannot be a buyer. They don't have anything to give back in return. That's the first thing. Second thing, the schedule is so hard for them for the rest of the year. They're going to compete. They maybe win games, but they're not going to play over 5. I will say to you, the best scenario for them, they're going to play at 550 winning percentage. That's not good enough. They are right now 38 point, Anthony, tonight. They play 37 game or 38 game. And the reason why I'm said that to you is they have to get another almost 60 points to reach the possibility of 58 points. They have to play over 600 to play to be in the playoff. I don't see that. With the schedule in front of them, the way they play, the player they have, unfortunately, I think they're going to miss they're going to miss the playoff. This game tonight for them is the most important game for them. They cannot losing against Detroit. They cannot. Because that's the team they're chasing. We have 2 players that can out on the long-term jersey. Coach, I cannot remember the name of the 2 players well, and they are born both forward. You talk about Anthony Sclair. That's one of them. And then the second one is Patrick Orvis Anthony. Sclair is close to be returned with them. Orvis, I'm not sure. There's a problem with that part over there with Anthony Sclair, guys. $3 million. Salary cap. They don't have no money. They have no space for Anthony Sclair. So they have to trade someone to open up the salary cap for Anthony Sclair. That's a big problem. he put all this together, guys, the equation, the outcome is going to be not good for the Panthers, obviously. And now Clay can become a good asset at the trade deadline. I think many teams will love to have a day. I think a team like the the Rangers will have to have a whatever he play on the left winger, he's a left shoulder, is he play on the right winger a lot. A team could use him, score 30 goals with the Panthers. Fast players, experience in NHL, played for many teams, with the Rangers. By the way, he was drafted by the Rangers, by the way, so I don't know they will pick him up. But he was straight to I thought it was SLATER, and then he been now with the Florida Panthers, really likes to play with them. But great question, Anthony, for that one. Do you think they make a mistake to sing Matthew Tkachuk extension before the season starts? I don't think so. He is right now the best player. He's a unicorn player. So I call him a unicorn. Not many players can play like him. He's a regular 40 goal per year in NHL. They need that kind of the players to play the playoff. He can make a big impact in the playoff race for any team because not many play can him. He can fight. He can play in front of the net. He's not scared. He drive to the net. Good skater, a good shooter, a good scorer. But the problem has been happening at the trade deadline last year when they trade for Ben Chariot, they trade for Claude Giroux, and they trade for Robin Agg, all three together. Basically, he played like a poker players. He put all the money on the table. And he thought that last year, are going to be the year for the Panthers to make the final. They won the President Trophy. And he thought it was the big time for them to step up and to go all the way. And it turned around to be worse at the end of the night. At the end, the final 3 games against the Panthers, they lost. The saga or drama happening at the strip club in Montreal divide the locker room. And then they never recovered for that. And the playoff, they lost the first round against Tampa Bay. They won, and then they lost the second round against Tampa Bay. And they lost Ben Chariot. They lost Claude Giroux. They lost Robert Agg. And they patched up. They lost Mason Marshman and UFA. They trade for Veterano. And they patched up at the blue line. Now they play with Eric Stahl, Max Stahl, Mayura, and the performance, the goaltender are not great since the beginning of the season. On the flip side, if you follow them on the analytic data, they dominate on different categories. The GSVA, the high danger scoring chance. They have a couple of analytics where they are really good, the top 3 in the NHL. The number analytics are there. The result is not there, and it's simple. The performance, the goaltender, since the beginning, is not consistency, and they not do the right way. And that's the problem. If they have a better performance goaltender, the team would be a little bit better because they have a chance to score. The XGF is the top 3 again, and the goal expectation are there. They just cannot put the puck in the net. And the flip side, they give too many goals. And that's what hurt their analytic data. And that's what they are right now at the end of the day. Coach, which team make the first big trade before deadline? Oof. It's always a difficult question to answer because you never know what to happen. I could be wrong here, but you're always thinking about it's not going to be the top 4. So, example, like it's not going to be Carolina. First of all, Carolina guys never trade at the trade deadline. They don't believe to pay the high price Carolina. Look, the history, they never do that. Secondly, I would say to you, a team like Colorado can be really a team like that. Could be Edmonton, Colorado, the team in the middle. Does that make sense? Like when I say the middle, right now, they are like borderline. So it's not going to be Carolina, Boston, Tampa Bay, Dallas, Toronto. When I said the first trade, I would say more team like Islanders. I would say like I mentioned, Edmonton, like the team I just mentioned to you, they are maybe the team where they are borderline right now. They try to figure out what they are, and a team like Colorado can pick it up better, quicker, faster about this. For the first straight. But again, I could be wrong here. I think the mistake was made, coach, is hiring Paul Maurice as a new coach. We need to find someone who is more physical style, a coach on both sides of the instead of just one side. Great point here, Anthony. I would say to you, for me, I think they let it go. Andrew Brunette was another mistake. I don't know why, honestly, but I think they have it. That was your prediction, coach. But it could. I would love to have the Detroit win tonight, but you never know. Maybe it's going to be a game. Not be surprised if they go in overtime tonight. Please don't forget to click on the like. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks to join us. And the puck will be dropped. We have a second period. Have an amazing, great second period. Bonne deuxième période avec the Hockey National Show. Thanks for being with us. The puck winning par Barkov. Detroit rempli par Bobrovsky, mais set par Ekblad. Ekblad, là, the puck intéressant, the puck bouncing back. Go back to Varehi, lose the puck at the last second, recover the left defenseman by, I don't know, it was Zader. Anyhow, the puck go back to the blind set, forcing fire puck, black shot by Zader, lot the puck intéressant, the puck bouncing back on defensive zone of the Florida. So it'll be a nice scene by the Detroit Red Wings go to a set on the defensive zone. By the way, Eric Stahl got his 600 point tonight. Eric Stahl, 600 assists. Number 54 for the Florida Panthers is Giovanni Smith. Smith was played for the Detroit Red Wings at the Tampa Bay Lightning last season. Go back now, the right side is so fast off. Winning par Barkov, bring the puck, reset by Ketchup, fire puck, black shot pour les Detroit. Tu le puck en saison, dans le Perron. Passe le breakaway, Detroit, breakaway, back sur le puck. Bobrovsky make a big save. Go back on the right corner. That the Panthers turn around, back, Ketchup a little bit too far for Barkov. Hit by Barkov, recover the puck to Waldman in the corner, battle on the left side of the Ville. So Detroit find a way to get a puck on saison. Back to Perron. Lose the puck, recovered by Stahl. Stahl in front of the bench of the Florida Panthers. Lose the puck, recovered by Detroit. Don't play the puck, passing another ice scene. We're going to a set now on the defensive zone. But what a save by Bobrovsky on the breakaway. It wasn't a perfectly great. Where's the breakaway at the last? But again, Waltman shoot a puck over the right shoulder of Bobrovsky and missed that opportunity to give the lead 2-1 over this. What is your position? Look at, please don't forget the media sick evidence style player are getting burned out. To you agree? I agree with you. You know what I mean? Like every year, a team go deep in the playoff. Like the Colorado, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay always find a way to come back every year. That's rare. But I agree with you about this. I feel the same thing. And ENORTAP said no. I'm a little bit concerned about the team. Not because they're only tired. It's how they play together. It's about consistency. It's about I didn't see Colorado right now the way they played last season. And McKinnon is back. Nicholson is back. The most of the players are returning now. You have only Lester Cog is not there. In front of net, by the Florida Panthers, finally Detroit get out of the zone. Go back on the zone. Don't play part of the left side of Bobrovsky. Go chase him up by Monto. And Detroit Red Wing go back behind the net by Stahl. The puck bouncing back. Stahl still a pocket. Then a run by Detroit. Go back at the blind. Go back to Manta. Sharia right now pass the puck to Raymond. Raymond's coming to the left side of Bennett. Pass the puck to the corner. Monto can intercept the puck bouncing back behind it. We have right now a delay penalty from the Florida Panthers. And the Detroit Red Wings is going to be on the power play. On the power play is going to be going to be Detroit on the power play. The first power play of the night between both teams tonight. Mark Stahl, 2 minutes for hooking, I believe. And look like we have no shot on the net. Because he missed the net completely, Waltman. And the drop penalty came from Andrew Kopp behind the net after a tripping by Mike Stahl. So that's what happened about Colorado Avalanche. Tonight, guys, we can talk about hockey. I'm here. I followed this game, but, it's a bit more smooth compared to it's a Florida Panthers, to be honest with you. Or one is the Montreal Canadiens. Face off now on the right side of Bobrovsky. And We're going to reset now. Power play for the Detroit Red Wings. Winning by Florida Panthers. Lob the puck outside the zone. They're going to recover on defensive zone of the so first one to get the puck is Ronek. Ronek is on the ice with Larkin. Pass the puck left side back to Perron. Perron hold the puck. Don't play the puck on the blue line. Kick out the puck and hold the puck to SLATER. Ronek pass the puck to Larkin, I believe. Go back to Ronek. Ronek hold the puck a bit longer. Pass to Perron. Perron hold the puck. Shoot the puck for the net. Rasmus cannot get the rebound. And then the puck go back for Florida. Don't play puck to Detroit Red Wings, the goaltender. One shot for both teams. Set now by SLATER. Control the puck now. Coming back by Larkin. Go back to Ronek. Ronek attacking now. Kick out the puck to the right side of Bobrovsky. Hold the puck on the back door. Back to the blue line. SLATER. Pass to Perron. Perron hold the puck. Back to the blue line. Set up by Larkin. Larkin turn the puck to Ronek. Return to Perron. Perron shoot the puck at the back door. Go back on the right side. Chased by SLATER. Return the puck behind. Intercept by Ekblad. Lob the puck. Another bad play by both teams. By Detroit Red Wings. Perron tried to get too fancy about that play. Shoot that puck. Shoot that puck. Well, we said all the time. Go back now by Detroit Red Wings. Ronek tried to get by himself. Intercept now by Florida Panthers. Return the puck behind. So, 0 shot by Detroit Red Wings on the first power play. And we have a penalty, I believe, Fabry. I'm not sure what's happening. Going to have TV. I don't know what's happening. Shot in the goal alley by the Detroit Red Wings this year is 6. The most is the Vancouver Canucks. Only can fix that problem. O'Reilly, LUCIANO said about O'Reilly can be traded over there. He's been there, right? So I'm not sure what happened because it was not addressed. A second center line. That's true about this, William. Go back, drop now. The Detroit want to reset by SLATER. SLATER is coming out at the blue line. Drop the puck behind. Set up unit number 2 for Detroit. Pass the puck to the other side. Attacking out. Go try to go around the puck. Go side to Bobrovsky. Play the puck. Run the puck to the board. Intercept by Detroit. But win. Bring the puck behind the goaltender. Run the puck all the back of the blind. Hold the puck on the back end by KIMBERLY. KIMBERLY's coming out. Back to Ekblad. Battle for the right side. The Florida going to find the puck. Don't play the puck. All the back behind. So. Return the puck on the blue line set up by SLATER. 3 seconds to go. One more push by the Detroit. Pass up by the corner. Chasing by Fabry. And front of the Mahura. The puck now. Pinching by force lane. Reset now. Turn around. Use the back end. Bring the puck to Bennett. Bennett on the front of the bench. Bennett's coming out. Kick out the puck on the left side of the max style on the offensive zone. Turn around. Reset by Veleno. Bring the puck to the blind. The puck start at the blind. Back out and now by Valrura. Shoot the puck. Black shot by the defenseman. Reset by Florida Panthers. Bring the puck to the blind. Hold back the back door. Fire puck and miss the net completely. The puck bouncing outside the zone. Go to recover by Kudos. And the neutral zone. Pass the puck to the opposite corner. Chasing it out by the Detroit Red Wings. Set up by Wildman. Loses his edge by Verhey. Return the puck to catch it in front of the back door. A little bit too far for Barkov. Reset by Ekblad. Shoot the puck. We still make a save. No rebound on the side. We're going to get on that one over there. We have a couple of pushing left and right. And we're going to reset now with 15:37 to go remaining. 1-1 between both teams. That's what we got so far in this game. Here we go. Welcome back to the Hockey Nation Show. The puck drop. Bobrovsky play puck around the board. Turn bring the puck left side. Intercept by the SLATER. SLATER bring by the corner. Chasing it out by Colin White. Colin White, ex-Ottawa Senator. Down back and under the zone. Attacké par Landell. Landell's coming in 1 versus 1. Landell change his direction. Lose the puck last second. The puck outside the zone. Recovered by the defenseman of the the Detroit Red Wing behind the net. They go back. Didi set up around the board. Pass the puck in the neutral zone. Get out the zone by Max Stahl. Pinching the puck in front of it. Was MEILLEUR before in front of the bench. But the puck losing. Recovered by the Detroit. They're going to reset that Didi. Long waiting right now. Hold the puck and pass the puck in the neutral zone. Don't pick by the Detroit Red Wing behind the goaltender Bobrovsky. Hold the puck. Bring the puck to Kudos, pass the puck to the board. Florida get out of the zone. Attacking now the red line. Controlling an offensive out. kick out the puck, hit the stick, the skate of the Detroit, going to regroup on defensive zone by the Florida Panthers. Go DD set up now in front of the net of the Detroit Red Wings, but the Detroit don't pin the puck in neutral zone. The puck bouncing back at the red line, battle for two players, Perron, and finally we have a hit. Perron look like he's hurt. Go back now, Perron lob the puck on the side, intercept now by the Florida Panthers, attacking 2-1. Desoriné the back door, return to Desoriné, in front of the puck, miss the net. We're back at the blind, we have a penalty all the way back out there. We're going to recover. But Desoriné in front of the net, we have a great opportunity after a turnover by Perron. And going to reset now on the right side. First power play of the Detroit Red Wings at the Florida Panthers happening now. Jose, welcome back. Hi, Coach Jose. We're going to give you some stat update. It's funny, guy. I have no takeaway game, no takeaway stats so far. That's funny. Randy Jose from upstate, back in the house tonight. You're welcome, Jose. (2-1) still the Nashville Predator, guys. The game start at Winnipeg Jets. Just starting right now. And it's 0-0 between Winnipeg and the Lightning. We just start the first period. Sakic is a maestro of management, William McLaren. Yeah, you're right. Now, Sakic is not the GM anymore. It's a McFarlane, but still. Perron got hit left and right. Face off now, winning by Tkachuk. Won the puck right there. Hold the puck on the right side. Hold the puck a little bit behind the goal line. Bring the puck to Ekblad. Return the puck to Tkachuk. Tkachuk hold the puck back to Ekblad. Bring the puck to the blue line. But Monteau cannot keep the puck in the zone. Go to recovery. And set out to back to Barkov. Barkov to the red line. Barkov to the blue line. Kick out the puck to Tkachuk. Return the puck to Barkov. Barkov looking behind for the net. Shoot the puck. And the but Ekblad score. Finally for the Florida Panthers. Take the lead 2-1 over the Detroit Red Wings. A turnover in front of the net. A power play goal for the Detroit Red Wings, for the Florida Panthers. Take the lead 2-1. Again, a power play. The Detroit Red Wings. This is a very important game for them. And they cannot lose that game at home. Plus, they play against the Florida Panthers, a team they're chasing. But what a shot by Ekblad in front of the net. Alone, completely. Bad coverage by Wildman. And then we have Sailors. And of course, and that's happening 2-1 for the Florida Panthers. Ekblad score. Go back in the 12 zone. Kudas hit the player in front. Recovered by Detroit. The momentum of the game changing all the way back within Florida, all over the Florida at this moment. Over the, I said Florida to over the Detroit. With 13:08. Francois Pitt, no, you are not following the script exactly. Coach, I get the Summit Eisenman. Admit Eisenman is doing a great job at Detroit. You're absolutely fantastic. Gave a go, Coach. William, best passer in the game. What hockey friends? Marco Larabé knocked the door. Welcome back, Marco. Hopefully you're doing well. Ekblad par Barkov et Kachuk, the goal of this one. The second goal of the game for the Florida Panthers. Fifth goal of Ekblad this year. Barkov, Kachuk, assist. Go back now by Detroit. Don't pay by Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky, guys, is 1.86 goal again average. Again, Detroit is have the most W in his career. Again, opposing team is again Detroit. Go back to Lundell. Hold the puck a little bit more. Cast the puck to the right side to Colin White. White hold the puck a little bit more to goal line. Pass the puck to Lundell. Lundell behind the net. Hold the puck. Bring the puck to the blind. Shoot the puck. Miss the net belly. Recovery by Ronek. Bring the puck to the corner. Chasing by Chariot at the wall. Chariot loud the point in the zone. The puck bouncing back again. Kudos. Protect the puck. Pass the puck to the side. Intercept by Detroit, but not good enough for the puck in front of the bench. Recovery by Kudos. Return the puck to Mahura. Go Mahura now attacking. Kick out the puck for himself. Behind turn around. Go back right now by Chariot. Chasing right now by Renard. Use the board. Intercept now by Lisa Renin. And we have a battle at the blind. Intercept right now by Panthers. Shoot the puck. Block shot by the goaltender. Iso, no rebound, going to reset on the left side of the Willie Iso. Still now 2-1 for the Panthers with a goal. The Panthers 2-1. RG, thanks so much. What's up, hockey friend? Marco said, welcome back. We have a face-off now on the left side of the goaltender. Iso. Wait for the puck drop. Puck in front of the net, Bobrovsky, recovery by forcing, go to get out of the zone in front of the bench. There's the Florida Panthers, don't play by and go tender by Isidore, shoulder check, run the puck around the board, pinch run out by Perron, now forcing, join the party on the wall in front of Barca, the puck bouncing over the head at the blue line, and now go to recovery by forcing on defensive zone, hold the puck right now, pass the puck to Barca, long shot for Vahi at the red line, pass the puck to the side, intercept by Isidore, return the puck to Vahi, finally, don't play by Detroit with win behind the corner, chasing forcing and Rasmussen, the puck behind the net by recovery by Kachuk, and for the lock-in, get out of the zone, back up to the blue line, back up, now keep controlling at the red line, an offensive zone, hold the puck, hold it back to the puck in the back door in front of Vahi, great play, but no chance for Vahi, was a little bit behind him, set up by Raymond, pass the puck to lock-in, give up by Raymond, pass, shoot the puck in the opposite corner, chasing now by the Detroit with Raymond, intercept now by Montour, pass the puck to Stahl, kick the puck by Lissarenin, drive the puck to Max Stahl, intercept now, come in offensive zone, joint play, shoot the puck, 2 point, 3 point, turn around, now Detroit's coming to the side, come back right now by Raymond, great patch checking by the Detroit, go back on the support, back in behind the net, set up now on the left side, Babowski make a save, no rebound, great play by the Detroit with not great shot by Fabry, I believe, but what a play together, back and forth. And going to reset now on the right side of Bobrovsky. One side, Russo make an amazing, great save back-to-back and turnover. And turn around by the transition by the Detroit Red Wings. But at the end, not a big shot against Bobrovsky. But Russo keep the Detroit Red Wings in the game with 2 big saves back-to-back. And we're going to reset now on the right side of Bobrovsky. Coach, are you trying to have thanks to the game? Yeah, Marco. Saber, Dark Horse, Marco. Saber are some fun to watch. Definitely, Detroit should have puck in front of net. Fire puck, Vronek, by Vronek, great save by Bobrovsky. The puck bouncing back and the neutral zone set up by Longbird. Pass the puck behind the net, chasing up by Smith. Smith battle on the left side. Smith controlled by the goal line. And for the Chariot, turn around behind the net by Stahl. Intercept by Vronek. Vronek use the board. Don't play the puck in neutral zone. The puck bouncing back on defensive zone. And it's going to be no icing. Go back behind by Kudos. Kudos change the direction. Pass the puck to the right side. Let's send it by Mahura. Pass the puck in neutral zone. Don't play by Florida Panthers. Recovery by Uso. Drive the puck around the board. The puck stop at the Chariot. Chasing out by Listerenin, I believe. While Lombard recovery now. by Stahl. Bring it back to Smith. Intercept by the Detroit Red Wing. Go back on neutral zone. Go back now on the defensive zone. Don't play pas behind Barbowski. Hold the puck left side. Thompson is the beast. Good evening, Luc Lafortune. Welcome aboard, Mr. Luc Lafortune. We're now at the halfway of the game already. 2-1 for the Exile on the hot street. Playing like he's only 34. Yeah, absolute. Marco got his 600-point assist. Coach, you have seen but both of the team on the Prem. Who is better overall goal score and the term of trend weight score or score of Ovechkin or Bondra? You have to go with Ovechkin, honestly. Bondra was a good scorer too. Bondra was a bit more shifty or Ovechkin. Ovechkin is not like a one-dimensional player, Ovechkin, but his speed is not like an amazing great skater like like McDavid, but is physical of Ovechkin. Ovechkin is not easy to move, right? He's a big 6'3", 230 pounds, and he's so strong. Really, gravity is really good. But Bantra was smaller, but he would really shift for the Washington Capitals, the number 12. But he can score, for sure. The Moose take the lead 2-0. Le Lafortune confirm, while Anthony has su both two not even close. I would choose Pivanka. Michael Pivanka was a center most of the time, number 20. Great career, but I don't think so. I can put both names on the same level like Ovechkin at the end of the day. But they've been really good, and they've been very good during their career, by the way. We want to update. Obi Kubel score tied the game 2-2 for Washington. Second goal, back-to-back for him. Obi Kubel was claimed on the waiver for Washington Capitals from the Colorado Avalanche. Go back to the side, beset by Lundell, along the puck on the other side. The puck bouncing back, the flitter, and breakaway, a little bit too far. You saw intercept the puck in front of Lundell, again, intercept by Manta. Manta was out of the puck. Detroit can get out of the zone, attacking a 2 versus 2. Cross between each other. Don't pay point, let's say Barbowski. Intercept now by Fabry. Fabry back in the lineup for Detroit. Play a couple of games back to Larkin. Larkin change the direction. Hold the puck on the right side. Barbowski goes behind the goal line. You change again, cut back, bring the puck to the blind. So fire puck, black shot by the Florida Panthers. Puck recovered by Larkin. Win the puck to opposite corner. Back the puck to Zetter. Pass the puck to the blind. Shoot the puck in front net. No chance. Nobody was there. Recovered by Perron. Perron chase the puck now. Perron return to Zetter. Fire puck, a black shot by Barbowski with the blocker. Recovered by Florida Panthers. Lap the puck neutral zone. The puck bouncing back behind Zetter. No icing. The puck in front as the Uso recovery went out by Larkin. Larkin to the red line. Larkin's coming offensive zone. Kick out the puck a little bit to Rasmussen. Bring the puck behind the net to Larkin. Larkin change the direction. Hold the puck a little bit. Show the front of the net. The puck go back a blind. Hold down up by Wallman. Bring the puck to Larkin. Drive the puck behind to Rasmussen. Intercept the puck. Battle for the puck. Puck protection. Return the puck to blind. Set up now by Zetter. Zetter should puck tip in front of the net. Bobrovsky make a save. The puck bouncing back by Wallman. Intercept now by Barkov. Get out the zone. A great hit by the Detroit Red Wing. Finally going down play the puck by Ekblad behind the net of Uso. Chasing out by Barkov. Barkov hold the puck. Draw the puck behind to Verhey. Verhey loses his edge for the Perron. Battle for the left side of Uso. Battle behind the net by Kachuk. Barkov see the puck in the back door. It's a little bit too far for Star. The puck go back to Barkov. Shoot the puck. Miss the net. Rebound of Kachuk. Shoot the puck. And the puck go over the head of Uso. Recover in front of the net. Great position for the Panthers, but the Detroit get out of the zone. Don't play puck behind goaltender. And Bobrovsky now recovered by the Detroit Red Wing. Hold the puck a little bit longer. Back again, left side. Hit by Star. Recovery went out by Raymond, I believe. A battle with Montour, recovery by Detroit, return the puck to the goal line, hold the puck a little bit longer, return the puck behind goaltender Bobrovsky, reset by Detroit, return around, hold the puck in front of net, go back to the blue line, set up now by Ronek, shoot the puck in the last corner, hold the puck in the back door, the puck bouncing back, Lesterinen still the puck, lose the puck last second, recovery behind the goal line, holding the puck a little bit more, back again to Raymond, return the puck to D, back to Ronek, fire puck in front of net, rebound, go back on the left side, Detroit still controlling the puck, go back to the blue line, hold the puck now, bring the puck to the left side, Shaya pass the puck to the goal line, so shoot the puck, Bobrovsky make a save in front of the Ronek and no rebound, go to a whistle, where the passing for the, of course, for the Detroit Red Wings. Secretary Rob from Randy Rockman said, Gally, coach, you see both players, I insert that one over there. Redskin, and then again, player on the hitter is not necking for Flyers since he's been changed second game. He has been for the now game. Wow. Mr. A, welcome. Go back now, Ben, go to goaltender. Battle for the left side. Intercept now by Detroit. Shoot the puck, no chance to reach Bobrovsky. Get out the zone by Stahl. Pass the puck to Lumber. Lumber uses speed and the right side of the Uso. Don't play puck in left corner. Reset by Manta. Don't play puck. Reset by Detroit. Attacking now. A breakaway. Detroit's coming in the right side. Shoot the puck. Bobrovsky make a big save again for Ernie. Another big save on Bobrovsky on the breakaway for the second time on the second period. Wildman one time. Ernie the second time. And Bobrovsky set it between the pipe. Is always big gun. In front of the net now. Go back to the right up by Detroit. Hold the puck a little bit more. Go back to the blind. Drive the puck. Shoot the puck in front of the net. Black shot by the defenseman of the Florida, but possibly a penalty for the Florida Panthers. I believe cross-checking Kudus in the back. I'm going to go back, but what a save by the Bobrovsky on the breakaway. And that's what we got for that one. The Tampa Bay Lightning take the lead 1-0 against the Winnipeg Jets. Second power play for Detroit tonight. They have only one shot, if I can recall it. The first one during the first period. Kudus 2 minutes for cross-checking. Jean-François, do you play Nintendo? Have heard the role we got? No, I don't play. Malheureusement, I don't play Jean-François. I don't play at all. Salut ENORTAP. Welcome back, Mr. ENORTAP. And knock the door. Welcome back. Luc Lavorton, welcome too. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Most minute penalties on the season so far. Jekai, 67. Nicolas Delaurier, 66. And Montour, 61. And Kachuk go back to Detroit, hold the puck, bring the puck to the ball, pressure by Florida, recover in front of the net, shoot the puck, and in front of Bobrovsky, intercept by the Florida Panthers, allow the puck all the way back to Uso, and go to reset all the back behind the net. They're going to go back for another power play. Detroit, second of the night. since the beginning of this game. Go back to Florida, intercept the puck, return. Nothing worked for the power play for the Detroit Red Wings. Send this game 1 shot, maybe not. Go back now with 5 minutes to go remaining in the second period. Crow check pass the puck to the side. Kick out the puck to Raymond. Raymond kick out to the side. Kick out to the blue line. Intercept at the blue line. Intercept now by Perron. Reset at the blue line. Ronek pass the puck to Perron. Now the power play set up. Perron fire puck. Blast shot. And the puck go back at the blue line. Intercept Ronek. Ronek's coming down in front of Eric Stahl. Ronek at the blue line. I go to the goal line. Bring the puck behind to Rasmussen. Back to Ronek. Return the puck to the blue line. Set up now. Walking back to Perron. Perron hold the puck. Bring the puck to the blue line. Go back to Ranik. Fire puck. Black shot and no rebound in front of Bobrovsky. Screen, but nothing held. And going to reset now on the right side of the Bobrovsky after a big save of Sergei. Tonight, stop at 2 times a breakaway by the Detroit Red Wings. 1 by Wallman and 1 from Raymond. Both time blocked by Bobrovsky. Leave for a couple of days. A coach add new music. I'm not sure about that. We add a new introduction, but not sure about the music. But go back now by the Florida Panthers. Get out of the zone. Pass it at 2-1. Back at Lundell. Hold the puck. Lundell shoot the puck. Black shot event. Oh, tip, but missed the net belly. Recovery by the Detroit Red Wings. Great opportunity for Detroit. For the Panthers. 40 seconds to go. Minute power play. Kick out now. Use the board. Hold the puck in the net. Intercept again by the Florida Panthers at the blue line. And now go back. Don't put the puck behind goaltender of Iso. Back out, battle with Villano. Go back to underside by Zedar. Zedar get down. Zedar hold the puck. Zedar at the blind. Zedar keep controlling. Kick out to the side. So back to underside. Control the blind. Now Detroit hold the puck a little bit longer at the goal line. Bring the puck around to Fabry. Fabry return the puck to the blind. Set up to Kubalik. Back to Zedar. Return the puck to the side. Back to Kubalik. Zedar fire puck. Black shot in front of net. Rebound. And Florida going to find a way to get the puck back on defensive zone. We'll go to recovery on guys on the even string. Only 2 shots for the Detroit Red Wings on this power play. But again, cannot tie the game with 3:38 to go remaining on this second period. 2-1 for the Panthers. A goal, Aaron Ekblad on power play. Make it friends. Now the puck is in front of the net, in front of the bench. Recovered by Detroit. Going to set up, use the board, pass the puck. Turnarounds coming back now by Larkin. Larkin on the speedorama. Hold the puck is earned right now in front of the net. A little bit too far for Sutter. Recovery by Lombard. Lose the puck in last second, but recovery pass the puck to Ekblad. Ekblad in front of Detroit. Change the direction. Regroup on defensive zone. Go back to Forsling. Forsling use the board. Pass the puck to Lombard. Tip the puck. Recovery by Detroit. Go back to the Wallman. Pass the puck to the side. Detroit attacking now. Until the puck a little bit on the right side. Fire the puck, but the puck hit the stick of Ekblad. Out of the play. We're going to recovery on the right side of Bobrovsky, and that's what's happening on this game between both of them. On it, where's good bottom 6 guide. That's what's happening there. Face off now on the right side of Bobrovsky. Puck winning by the Florida Panthers. Go back to Vahe. Don't put the puck in the defensive zone of Detroit. Chased by Ben Chariot. We're going to recover the puck. No, Wallman recover the puck. Chased by Vahe. Wallman hold the puck. Great skater. Wallman to the blue line, to the red line. At the defensive zone. Kick out the puck. Intercept by Vahe. Return the puck in the defensive zone. Reset now by Zedar. Zedar lob the puck behind the goaltender. The bounce it back to Barca. Barca will protect the puck back to Ekblad. Use the backhand. Dumping the puck on defensive zone. Set up by Zedar. Zedar in front of Uso. Hold the puck. Pass the puck to left side. Controlling went out by the Detroit Red Wings. Perron. Don't play the puck. Intercept by Max Stahl. Return the puck to Ekblad. Long stretch pass now to Kachuk. Try the puck again. Pass the puck to Vahe. Try to get Barca. Get hit suddenly by Zedars. Go back on the blind, holding the puck, but Detroit going to intercept back to Raymond. Raymond allowed the puck corner to go back behind the net. Recovery now by Monteau, hit by Raymond. Go back by Stahl. Stahl try back outside, pinch by Ronek. The puck stay in the zone. Back to Ronek. Ronek will use the ball, pass the puck to the side. Back to Baron, believe. Hold the puck, return the puck to the right side. Controlling went out by Detroit, but not in the zone. Going to recovery. Pass the puck behind, set up now by Ronek. Ronek's coming offensive zone. Ronek hold the puck, shoot the puck, miss the net completely. Go back to underside and get out by the Florida Panthers attacking now. It's coming down pay by Ben goaltender. Chasing now on the left side of the Uso by Listorenin. We have Reinhardt, the third line for the Florida Panthers. Go back behind the goaltender. Set up by Raymond. Still the puck on the left side. Raymond tried to puck outside the zone. Chased by the Serenin. The puck will be turned around on defensive zone by the Florida Panthers. Hold the puck on the board. Don't play puck on defensive zone of the Florida. At the Red Wing. Go DD set up now. Pass the puck. Don't play puck behind Vroboski. New plus coming for the Detroit Red Wings with 1 minute 10 to go remaining, guys, on this second period. Go back by Florida. Use the board. Pass the puck neutral zone. Don't play puck along there. Hit the referee. The referee got hit and it looked like the play continues. The linesman got hit barely. Barely. I don't know if it's the puck. I don't know if he got hit, but he does not move right now. It hurt very badly, and that's what we got so far. His roommate Bert on Weaver, Ernie, very good. Bottom 6 schedule is 3 the moves, 3-0 against them. Kachuk, third most point and 23 and World NHL crazy. This person are giving me Luciano. The linesman again just step up right now. Look like he's fine. William Snyder, including last season in 22. Marco, I think it's the calendar 2022. If I can recall it, I saw that somewhere. Face out on the right side of the USO. Left side, recovered by the Detroit Red Wings. 50 seconds to go remaining. Don't put the point neutral zone. Pinching run out by forcing. The puck go back to KIMBERLY. Finally, go back to Stahl. Stahl right now. Try back outside zone. Reset by Detroit. Bouncing puck in front of Florida Panthers. A little bit too far. Stahl intercept the puck. Return the puck to Goodus. The ball and defensive zone set up by Detroit. The point around a battle for KIMBERLY. Intercept now by the Florida Panthers. By Stahl. Lob the puck on the left side of the USO. Reset by Manta. Return the puck. DD set up now by Langstrom. Pass the puck to Fabry. Turn around. And now attacking by KIMBERLY. KIMBERLY and offensive zone. Hold the puck a little bit longer. Trap the puck and go tender. Out the Vroboski. Chasing and out by the Detroit Red Wings. Putting the puck the blind. Set up by Langstrom. Putting the puck on the goal line. Out the Vroboski battle at 4 players. Return by Detroit Red Wings. Sell the puck by Landell, I believe. Go back to Stahl. Loud the puck in defensive zone. It's going to be the end of this period. We have only one goal during the second period between the Detroit Red Wings. It came from the Florida Panthers. On the power play, Aaron Ekblad scored his 5th of the year, assisted by Kachuk and Barkov to give the lead 2-1 at 6:28 power play goal. 7 shots for the Florida Panthers, 12 by the Detroit Red Wings, total of 13-18. That's what the conclude the second period at the Little Caesars at Detroit Red Wings tonight. That's what we got. 12-12. That's good. I'll be the total right there. 12 and 13 right there. I'm going to give you some update for the stats. 32 only. Net domination above power play guy on the face-off. Black shot 9 by the Florida Panthers. Gave away a hit of 17-16. Gave it 1 and 4. I cannot surprise. Take away 0-0. I don't know why. It is what it is. We'll see what we got here. Okay, it's McDavid. It was on number 1 and 2. I find Detroit hard to watch. Panthers better lose it, make it worth it. Yep, so right about this. Coach, and the last 2 or 3 seasons for you, what is the most egregious mess up offside penalty and other the regular season on the playoff too, where was obviously the player was offside? But that, you know, Anthony, at the end of the day, offside compared to the penalties, right? it's a offside guy is black and white. You have no. Yeah, it's just black and white. The puck, if the player in the zone, if the puck cross after him, it's a face-off. It's an offside. Yeah, it's not a judgment. Compared to the penalty, it's a judgment. The referees call it, others don't call it, and maybe you have a difference in front of that. Those review calls now are coming from the Toronto. It's really hard to have, again, it's another gray scale or a gray zone about the reviewing for the goal, interference, goaltender, everything like that. But on the offside, I would say to you, Anthony, it's just black and white. It's just you're in or out. There's no interpretation about that. Now, the one that, they try to understand why we have more goal per game this season compared to the past. That one of the reason is the power play. Because you have no more penalties in NHL like he was before. The referee gave a lot of penalties. The player had to adapt a new style the game. They cannot hit over the glove. They're not cross-checking anymore. It's more about speed. And the accuracy of the player are amazing this year compared to what before. It compared like in the 10 years ago, the four line is just with skill and talent. It's not going like I don't like to say going, but you don't have no farther like it was before. That's another reason why the increasing of the goal in NHL. So that so that'll give you maybe my best answer for you, Anthony. Hopefully that good for you. McDavid, Armia, and Kachuk and Atap. That's what François play going to do something. Cap tie it coach. 2-2 between both teams tonight. And then we have, I think the win are too inconsistent to make the post this season. William Snyder. A great point about this. I think they're missing, may have a couple of old in their lineup for sure, William. And then injuries. Pertuzzi not play. Vrana don't play anymore. Yeah, I can go all the way like that. We have a couple of information here for RJ. Thanks so much for update. And Marco looking for a 3-point game for the Hawks with Coyotes tonight. And on the great rate, 3 moves, 3-0. Look off of Sun. Think Caulfield should have been 2 All-Star. It's pretty even, honestly. For me, if you want to call this like an All-Star excitement or more thing like that, I think a guy like Caulfield, if it's pretty even, I would go with Caulfield on my eyes. Coach, the one reason is Jack Campbell is a goalie. Caulfield to All-Star for me. Look at Watson. Who else for Montreal? Only one so far. François Pitre. Jet tie it up. The Jet tie the game, Luciano. Thanks so much for information. 2-2. Obi Kubel tie the game. 2-1 the Panthers. The Jet 1-1. It's Kyle Connor. Unbelievable. Connor is looking good. 0-0 Blackhawks and Coyotes. And 2 other games start at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Don't go nowhere, guys. I'm going to take another break here. And I can be back very shortly. So thanks to be with the Hockey Nation Show. And don't forget that every Sunday morning at brunch, your Sunday rendezvous, 11 o'clock Eastern Time with the co-host Marco Darabi. And Monday to Friday, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, the warm-up show with the co-host ENORTAP. Thanks so much to be a part of the show tonight. Of course, at the play-by-play commentary.
You made my day. You made my day. You made my day. Oh, day. You made my day. You made my day. You made my day. Just made my You made my day, day. You made my day. You made my day. You made my day, day.
Here we go. We are back. Will you trade both first round plus Caulfield for Bedard? No. Are you drunk? ENORTAP? Yep. Great Macon has said yes, he will, but no team who get Bedard wouldn't do this with Benadryl. I found that surprise as well. McKegg is he know his stuff. He'd been scout before, and he create his own website, everything like that. He liked to create some kind of controversy on the internet, Twitter, and some like him, some does not. But on that one, I will not do it. Hot take, I would trade Caulfield if we draft a Bedard. Too many small forward. It depends, Marco, because if Bedard play winger, that's, line 1, line 2. Brendan Point is 5'10". I would keep both. Not play together, but I would, imagine you have Bedard and Fantelli on the first line. And then you have Zuski, Caulfield on the second line. Look, you're absolutely right about this. Bench, great reporting on the street, sir. William Snyder. It's all was not making the insert the question. Thank William. I did on the when I should have done it all week. Better camera, better setup. That's pretty neat, Rick. Yeah. What was 20 question, Marco? I think we need to trade Bedard to Montreal would want Caulfield plus Cody. On the street hockey prediction, I love it, William Snyder. I was listening to Keeper and Bourne today, and they have a female report attached to the initial office and ESPN, and to her talk, Montreal does not exist in the league eyes. Let's see. Emily Kaplan. Emily Kaplan, who chat about the trade market, which thing would be the biggest buyer. Yeah. Okay, tonight they will reach the app understandings of like I've said. It was a fascinating discussion. Because it would have also a game in hand. Marco, it was a question asked to Tony and Grant, and they were answering. She was talking about how much the league want the project in Arizona to work, how they have a lot of weight behind and the league level. Game 3-0 at the end of the second. No way we are getting Fantilli and Bellard, more Selly and Smith. But if you want the pick number 1, number 2, Marco, or if you can win the pick number 1, and then you pick up Panthers, jump number 3, example. What, you guys listen to 3 minutes? No. Traitor. Seth. Yeah, I don't know. I predict they're going to have 2 chances for 1. I will not. The last 12 years, only two years, the last standing and the bottom win the draft. If you think about this, the Montreal is one of them. I think I have to go all the way to Edmonton. I think it was the year of the... can't remember which one it was. And before that, like any one of them, after that, they finish at the bottom, never won number 1 overall. I found keeper born interesting. I'm not allowing myself to believe we will win the lottery. On Instagram. Hey, and at that one, I heard that is only game by Wildfire. All right, Coach, sport fan back in the house. Welcome back, sport fans, at the Hockey National Show. The third pair is going to restart very soon. We'll be complete that game, and then we're going to move on for the weekend, guys. What we have this weekend, but well, first of all, we have the App Daily News, and then we have, of course, we don't have App Daily News, by the way. The App Daily News is the Monday to Friday. We have the App Brunch, your Sunday rendezvous, Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. A lot of conversation since the last time we spoke, all threes. Like it was before Christmas, so send that. The Montreal was not looking, that was not too bad before they fall apart. So we had a lot of conversation to talk about, and then we're going to consider to do the play-by-play tomorrow night. Montreal hosts the St. Louis Blues. Don't forget next week, Piquet Subban return in Montreal, January 12. And we're going to consider to do this during the weekend. A couple of shows around there. Winning, it could be a money understanding, not necessary. Why not, Marco? And we have a chance to fact when we have 2 chances. Hey, Coach, do you think it would be a good idea to sign Thomas Mitlick? Is a bigger Jose Saros? I would not be able to try him out at least. Is a 6 foot. Look like he's the same size like Zaros, right? That's the reason he was undrafted, and now he's going to open eyes more because this performance at the World Junior Championship, a little bit what happened with Devin and Levi. The team doesn't want to many teams doesn't want to pick a goalie under 6 foot, 6'2" now to waste a draft pick. So what I expect, it's possible a team have many picks like 9, 10, 11, 12 could use a pick like Thomas Mitlick, or I wouldn't be surprised and any team in NHL invite him, try out or something like that, and to get an offer contract to get with him, with the team over there. I don't see behind what we have already what Miliki can do for the Montreal Canadiens, obviously, but nothing wrong to try it for sure. I'll be interested to see the Gadjan goaltender for Slovakia. If I have a pick, one of the 2, I will go with that one over there. Mitlick right now play with the Seattle Thunderbird, and the Thunderbird guys are one of the best team in the CHL this season. First of all, he's going to have a good run this year, and it would be interesting if he go to the Memorial Cup. Now he have an opportunity to have it to be on the PS trial to another big event this year, and he performed well. I would definitely see a team can pick up him for sure. Dustin Wall is 5 foot right. Yeah, he is play with Everett Silver's tip, and then he got drafted by the Calgary Flame. I want myself to believe, Marco, about this. Go back now. Detroit with the center player. We start guy Perron throw the part behind. Intercept now by the corner by Barkov. Pushing right away. We have Rasmussen still the puck. Bring the puck to the right side. We got Larkin. Got the back door. Fire the puck. He ripped the post, I believe. Go back at the blind. Hold the puck right there. By 1 man. 1 man turn the puck to Zeder. Hold the puck a little bit more. Shoot the puck tip in front of the net. No chance to reach Bobrovsky. Turn around behind the net. The puck bounce in for the net. A rebound. What a save by Bobrovsky by the glove. He just robbed Darley Larkin. OMG, the save of the night, ladies and gentlemen. ESPN Top 10 tonight. After they hit the post of Wallman on the left side, and this one, Larkin send the puck straight and the glove of the Bobrovsky. What a save by Sergei Bobrovsky, guys, on that one over there. Wow. On MG. Mr. Seven member is in the house. Welcome aboard. Train trip to Sagan. Visit my father. Take care all. Oh, awesome, Seven. Say hi to your dad. Hopefully he's doing well. Enjoy your time and your family. Should be in front of the net. Bobrovsky makes a rebound in the back, so he can lose the puck. The puck in front of the net. And rebound. Now, Florida attacking now. 2 versus 1. Got back checking by the Detroit Red Wing. Turn around. Transition out to the other side. Kick out the right side. Go back to the in front of the net. Tip. Bobrovsky make another save. Go back to the side. Detroit all over Florida Panthers, but Bobrovsky looked like unbelievable between the pipe. The ex-winner of the Vizina Trophy. Go back to Bennett. Bennett pass the pipe. At Florida attacking, shoot the puck. We still make a big save again. Nick Carson. What a save right now. And the puck turn around. The Florida Panthers don't pay puck. Should play opposite corner. Back to Carson. Recover the puck right now. Go back all the back of the line. Tempering the puck. Cycling the puck with the back ends. The puck stuck in the corner. Recovery by the Florida Panthers. Keep the puck in the zone. They go back and recovery by London. London pass the puck to White. White recovery puck. Wrap up again. White Austin. Bring it by the line. Set up now. Shoot the puck by Star. Intercept now by Detroit. Going to Fabry. Là, the puck in notre zone. The puck bouncing back on defensive zone. Possibly an icing. That was the call of the linesman. We're going to reset now on the right side of the USO, maybe the left side. Stefan, welcome. Have a great time. Coach is getting a squeeze for sure. Very high pitch. And then I find it not 10. Sooner about this. Levi was called by Team Canada. 8 coaches done that. My hand, who would win it, Predator or the Capitals? 2-2 right now we have. On that one, some push in front of the net with the both team. Saves travel 7. Enjoy your trip, my friend. And shot will not chase a goalie. Let's go 5-6 foot. The 6 foot, 6-7. The Panthers need to lose, and the Coyotes to win. Zevlakov. Face off now on the other side. 14 shot for the Florida Panthers. That Detroit with wings 22. A lot of excitement, guys. The first 3 minutes of this period, both team, the goaltender are seated. Bobrovsky honestly keep the Florida Panthers by lead by 1 with an amazing great save. Go back, man, the goaltender, the number 4 line for the Detroit Red Wings. Go back to Manta. Manta allowed the puck to the left side. Don't play puck. Intercept now by Monto. Go back by Detroit. Don't play puck the right side. Bobrovsky chasing went out by Ekblad. Ekblad went out in front of Fabry. Turn around. In front of Valeno. Bring the puck to DDD. Set up now by the Florida Panther. The puck go recovery by Detroit. On defensive zone. Go back DDD. Set up now by Manta. Pass the puck. Don't play puck by Detroit. Recovery by Bobrovsky. Use the backhand to pass the puck in front of Kubalik. Go back on defensive zone. The Detroit reset on the regroup. Pass the puck. Tip in front of the net. In front of the Bobrovsky. Intercept the puck. Bring the puck around the board. Chasing out by Monto. Monto get out of the zone. Monto at the blue line. Monto kick out the puck. Don't play puck. Then go to the Risso. Intercept the puck right now. Play the puck around the board to Wallman. Intercept by Barkov. Barkov in front of Subban. Shoot the puck in front of the net. Rebound. Another rebound. And intercept in front of the net. In front of the Katchuk and Uso by Varehi. Nothing else. Going to reset now on the left side of the Vili Iso. Hi, Danny. Welcome back in the house. History Vincent and Nintendo. What's up, Coach? History, welcome back in the house. Thank you. See you around. And Zalaka, Sir William, and ENORTAP, and Sir each of them. There we go. What's the percentage of Panthers go on the run of playoff? Not much. I can tell you that. Go back now, winning by the river with Wildman, pass the puck to Zader, pass the puck to the left side, recovery by the Larkin, I believe, for the bench, reset by Barkov, great play by Barkov, Barkov control the puck, behind the goaltender, pass the puck to Monto, ran the puck around the board, intercept now by Skachuk, return the puck to Barkov, at the red line, don't pay puck by the opposite corner, by the defenseman of the Florida Panthers, reset by Wildman ran the puck around the board, intercept now, pinch by Monto, back Kachuk, don't play puck to Barkov, the puck goes back at the line, Kachuk pass the puck to Stahl, shoot the puck, miss the net, call the lead, rebound behind net, Barkov control the puck by the puck Kachuk, the puck missing, and go recovery by outside by the Detroit coming back in offenses and hold the puck, drive the puck behind to somebody, shoot the puck, a black shot by Stahl, recovery by Verhey right now, control the puck, pass the puck to Monto, return the puck in front of the bench of the Detroit for the Panthers. Don't play puck behind, go to the puck. Husson intercept the puck, pass the puck to Chariot. Stahl got hit really badly. Go back on the pain at the bench. Go back now by the Rasmussen's coming up. Fire puck, black shot by Ekblad. Rasmussen at the goal line hit it by Ekblad. Recovery by himself, but no chance. The puck launching, dumping by the Listerinen. Reset by the Detroit. Go back now. Don't play by the Corona to Rasmussen. Intercept by Florida. Return the puck defensive zone, but still by Ronek. Long stretch pass and for the bench of the Detroit. Recovery by Florida Panthers. Let the puck on the right side. Possibly delay outside. They go back on the zone. And that's why we got the call. We're going to recover it all the way back on the zone with that whistle for the linesman. Face off now in front of the bench of the Panthers. That's what we got so far. The Lightning take the lead 2-1, guys. The Capitals 2-2. Kisharov score 14th of the year. Lightning back on the Tampa Bay 3-2 now, he said, Randy. I said, I'll spend a second, third round this year on the best goalie prospect. I will then wait 4 years. Rick, I think they have a good goalies at the first round. Hey, Tony. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Will be interesting to see which team on the bottom 6 of the cellar. So for that, which team would put the... Yeah, I think Vancouver could be that team, Marco. Go back at the line, set up now by Detroit with one, use the board. Don't be in the back door. Intercept of Florida Panthers. Go outside the zone, recovery by Detroit. I feel that Detroit going to tie the game at some point. Go back now with the reset now by Raymond. Come to the pocket on the side. Go back for the net. Through the pocket over the Black Whiskey. Raymond got hurt now. We look like Raymond guy is hurt. High stick. Will be interesting what happening. KLS, welcome aboard. Come back. Raymond, ouch. Back when I be for the chance or also. Lundell got a 2 minute on that one. Probably number 3 tonight for the Detroit Red Wings, guys. Can they take advantage of that one? That's something we have to go on to see what happening. That was a mistake, coach. Not a problem. Nobody love Raymond. Oh. That way I stick in the face now. Face off on the right side of Bobrovsky. Power play, Detroit 0-2 with 3 shots on the net. Send tonight. Portugale on the wins. Yes, he's most W in the series. Shoot the puck! He hit the pose again. The third pose of the game for the Red Wings tonight. unbelievable. Bobrovsky is sane. He looked like an angel again. The Detroit Red Wings, Bobrovsky. So Alec is on 5-11. Oze is also 5-11. About that. Go back, Bobrovsky. Down the point, the puck. Intercept by Detroit Red Wings. Turn around, but back by Perron. Pass the puck now. Hold the puck by Perron. Perron back in front of net. Get in front of net. No chance. The puck bouncing back by Perron. Return the puck to Fabry. Go battle with Ekblad. Fabry et Perron over there. Contre le puck on the blind. Set up now. If Fleda still the puck by Bennett. Bring the puck in the neutral zone. The puck go back on defensive zone. Set up now by Larkin. Go back and say, yeah, they were in the future year ago. Bob owns that's a little strong. KLS. Nice. And what's that? Well, the key behind that KLS is Bobrovsky have a 1.86 goal again average and 19 game again the Detroit Red Wings during his career. Wow. Bobrovsky again did that one total goalie. Look, his career record recent wins KLS. Penalty again. David Perron just tight, burn the penalty on over there. What a bad play by David Perron again. Detroit Red Wings, no, they hurt themselves right now. And a veteran like David Perron create that kind of mistake. It's unbelievable. Save they are. And then Coach Jarrett, no, stop watching the AB. Imagine that. Yeah, what's going on with you, Ellen? I think you think too much about Connor Bedard. About that. Wildman intercepted the puck right now at the blue line, at the red line. Wildman's coming offensive on the right side. Bobrovsky hold the puck, shoot the puck. Bobrovsky make a save, no rebound. Going to a set in front of the right side of the Bobrovsky. Puck on the left side. Marco Ellen reverse. 4 game in action right now, 5 game I believe in action. So we're going to follow up if I give you all the information you need to know about the score. We'll see what's happening tonight. So around the league, 6 game on the program. I make a mistake here. It's 0-4. It is. Go back over there. 3-1 the moves for that one there. Let's see what happened over on the league, guys. 2-2 Washington, Panthers 2-1, the Lightning 2-1, 0-0 the Blackhawks, 0-0 for the Flames. 5 game in action. Next game start at 10 o'clock, guys. We're going to give you everything you need to know about what's going on around the league. I will stay the course. You all die hard. AB fan as I am, painful now, but will pay off in the near future. They want you on your knee up again the post to have a small space up in the head. Try to watch it, but last hope for Primo. He need to play like in the playoff last year. He's not doing this a lot all of this season with the Laval Rocket. Very difficult year for him, to be honest with you, Rick. Zeph, you're right. Don't forget tomorrow night, the game between the Blues and the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow night at the Hockey Nicholas Show. Unfortunately, they lose Caden Cooley for 8 weeks. And then Blues without Tarasenko and Ryan O'Reilly. The Blues won the both game this week. Really surprised. They thought they were going to lose. Anyhow, first off now for the Islanders 1, Randy. So again tonight, Zeph. On the right side of the Bobrovsky. We have about 13 minutes to go remaining. Face off now, 4 versus 4. For 55 seconds. Final puck. Missed the net by rebound to that side. Recovery by Rasmussen. Rasmussen hold the puck a little bit longer. But the puck now at the blue line. Get out of the zone. Go to recovery by Michael Rasmussen. Drive the puck beside. Reset now by Ronek. Ronek can go DD set up now. And behind the net. Set up by Wildman. Pass the puck to Rasmussen. That's because left side. Control the puck. Draw the puck behind to Ronek. Ronek's coming now. Turn around by Bennett. Still the puck. Great play by Bennett. They're going to regroup on defensive zone. And go set by Frosting. Pass the puck to the right side. Attacking on the right side. Iso in front of Wildman. Held the puck a little bit. Putting the puck to the side. Battle on the right side. and then battle back to Raymond. Not Raymond, yeah. Raymond went out, hold the puck, pass the puck to Ronek, going hiding. New plus coming for both teams. 10 seconds to go, remaining 4 versus 4. And the Panthers, for the third time, are going to be on the power play. They scored the second goal of the game on the power play. A goal by Aaron Ekblad. Go back now in defensive zone, controlled by Detroit, going to reset defensive zone with 50 seconds to go. And now they're going icing the puck on the defensive zone to go icing. Pabrowski play the puck all the way back. And then go back on the left side, attacking par Montour, pass the puck to attacking par Renard, pass the puck, kick out par Barkov. Barkov battle for the puck behind the net. And then Detroit with Wayne long the puck, intercept by Montour. Montour pass the puck to right side to Renard. Renard to Barkov, returns the puck to Montour. Montour attacking now, pass the puck to Ekblad. Low puck back to Montour, back to Barkov. They'll go back on the side, shoot the puck, miss the rebound, and Detroit, the Panthers scored the second goal of the game on the power play and take the lead 3-1, and they are back. Tonight, they win the W at the Detroit Red Wings. The Florida Panthers power play goal, second goal, Ekblad tonight. And that's made the big strength between both teams, the unit, special unit, and that W, that lost the kill of the Detroit Red Wings tonight, that would put them down, the Detroit Red Wings. This is a game of 4 points, and Detroit cannot lose those kind of game again, the Detroit Red Wings. So this is, wow, that's a shocking again to see the Detroit fall apart like what tonight again. Wow. Ekblad, second goal of the game. Great pass by Barkov and Montour. Wow. That's a turnover of this game tonight. 25-17. We saw not good, but for Detroit tonight, only 3 goals and 17 shots for the Detroit tonight. My dad told me today, Ab played asleep fast last night. Asleep at first period, a second shot on the net. That was a puzzle out today. Lower body for the New York Islanders. Jet tied game 2-2 over there. Thanks so much. Le but, Steve. Laval play. Look on RDS. He should be there, Marco. Go back now on defensive zone. A little bit less. 11 minutes to go. Remaining. Lucic score 1 tonight. So we have a couple of games around. Going to give you information the next couple of minutes. Now Detroit battle puck by Ronek. Pass the puck to Chariot. Run the puck around the board. And go outside zone by Detroit. Almost at 2-1 for Detroit. Going back again per earn. On the puck in front of the net, they'll go back behind, intercept by the Panthers, going to dump the puck back on defensive zone by Chariot, go to recovery, all the back at regroup on the neutral zone, dump the puck behind goaltender of Sakoski, intercept the puck, bring the puck to the right side, and go turn around by the Panthers, dump the puck in the offensive zone. They said the Panthers win tonight, guys. It will be very difficult for Montreal after that to have a better choice, a better pick. Again, Detroit, a really bad game for Detroit tonight. Everyone is one with them to focus on the play better, deep out of the process. They need to learn how to play the right way. Coach blame ENORTAP for the copy score on the pick tonight, William. On that one, you know, I was expect Detroit tonight, but I don't know. I see a team Detroit really inconsistent right now. They missed a couple of pieces of the old. I don't know. It's not giving me a lot of hope for Detroit Red Wings for the rest of the year. For what I see tonight, it's a team right now are struggling a lot. The chasing game on the again background, you can see the penalty at the 18 there. When McLaren play and they're going to get the red out, amazing, but fighting again this opposition. 3-1, 4-1 for the moves. Thanks so much. Steve G back in the house. And Yamo, welcome back. Should the puck behind the net, back by Perron. Perron hold the puck, bring the puck to, again, another bad play by Perron. And, you know, like, you think about this guy. 2-1, Perron take a bad penalty on neutral zone, 5 versus 4. You know, it's, you talk about a guy, 34 years old, playing in a shell over 1,000 games, and make those kind of mistake. That's, how can you do that, right? And you say, oh, but you make a mistake one game. Yeah, but this is the most important game for Detroit Red Wings this year. And to give the door or open the door for the opponent team. This right now is all about David Perron in my eyes. Common score. Indeed. Let's see what's happening on the site. 2-2 Capitals, 3-1 the Panthers, the Jet 2-2. Dubois score. Blackhawk 0-0. The Flame 2-0. Coleman score. Lucic score. The Flame take the lead 2-0 tonight against the Islanders. 0-0 Chicago Coyotes. We have a TV timeout. My co-coach called this for the team to watch in this tournament, and he was correct. Very impressive. Called the same team. He was correct. Thank you, my friend. 3 here. Forgot to get that one over there. $36, 64. 12-7, 1-1. Oh, we have a takeaway now. They finally gave away a takeaway. 5, 19. Here we go. Let's see what happened. Thanks so much. Look, also, thank you, love. So, guys, because of size and a tap, and the workman coach does not need anymore gasoline. Hoping for a glad trick for my fantasy, Vinny. Here we go. I love Bedell. Look, but not sure how or will play off with a line of the Bedell. Ziski, Caulfield, Mizal, Farrell. Too small. The side would be an issue for Bedell. If I'm gonna play a brain game, Cole Ziski is not gonna help them getting points. That's not helping the offensive game. That's not what I mean. And on top, that's just not really. That's it. I will tell you, you look in Rick, go back to see Jack Hughes at 18 years old and tell me if he was ready or not, Jack Hughes at 18 years old. And it looked like Jack Hughes, what he looked like today. That's a great example why Sakoski is in NHL. Go back right away, back par forcing, long play puck en neutral zone, the puck bouncing back in defensive zone. En neutral zone, set up a flare de Panthers. Bad the Leicester and pass the puck and gave away puck by Detroit, turn around by the way. And the puck gave away back again to Detroit, to the flare Panthers, going to set up by Leicester and hold the puck now, kick out the puck to Renard. Renard don't play puck behind the net, set up by the Detroit going set up the breakout, turn around, come back again, hold the puck, pass the puck, neutral on 7:32 to go remaining on this game. Still 3-1 for the Panthers. They won the cup this year. Would you trade Ski or Caulfield for chance to bet out? No guarantee. No, not at all. Go back now for the Panther attacking the other side. Lombard all the point for the net. A little bit too far from Smith. We got recovered by Star, I believe. Drive the puck behind to Monteau. Shoot the puck. Black shot by the defenseman. Was set by Lombard. Return the puck to Monteau. Fire puck. Miss the net completely. Oh, black shot by the goaltender. Anyway, the puck go outside zone for the bench. Don't play puck by Detroit. Wing chasing up by Sutter. Sutter and Monteau battle for the puck. Sutter win the battle. Sutter hold the puck a little bit more back. The police shoot the puck. It fight, but was make a save, no rebound. And going to black shot in front of Raymond, going to reset now on the left side of the Proboski. Select Jack Hughes is a superstar. Say that with no apology. Jack Hughes was not a superstar when he played in NHL at 18 years old. He had only 7 goals. He became a superstar when he played 4 years later. But when he was 18 years old, he got killed many times by the hit, and he got He had only 7 goals. So that's the way you do this in the NHL. It takes time. It's about the repetition. It's about learning with, again, the best player opposite team. It will go bomb in the head. I cannot don't forget to hit the light shot. And the shot trying to get a World Cup in 2024. I wish people get off soccer back. Is not playing any worse either player on the team. You're absolutely right about this one over there. Hit that, Marco. Face off now. Going to be a penalty for Ekblad, I believe. I stick. Detroit for the 4th time. Going to be on the power play. Did not do it yet. There are no goal there for the power play. The special team of Detroit not very good tonight, by the way. So we're going to another power play for Detroit. Schedule. Thanks so much. RJ 2-2 Nashville, Washington. 2-2 Winnipeg. 0-0 Chicago. Calgary 2-0. Marco, I wish to add for that. Since one. Go back now on the right side. Go back. Fire Park. Black shot. By Bobovsky. Go back on the right side. Don't pay Park. All back on defensive zone. Go back to the Godet. So, William. Great Ellen is on the track. It's Nashville one. I think jail door might be open for someone. Yeah, possible. Yamo, exactly my point. Jack Allen confirmed till tomorrow. Yamo, yes, don't worry. Yamo, I will still be there, Luciano. And McDermott has not played at best or best tournament since it was a World Junior at Yep, absolutely. Go back in the blind, set up now by Perron. Perron attacking now. Perron turn around, lose his edge, and a bad play by David Perron. What a bad game by David Perron, guys, tonight. Wow. Now, Fleda attacking now, and then PK, pass the point for the net, tip a puck, go back to the side by Raymond. Go back on the blind, holding the puck, Chicago. Detroit, oh my God. Go back now, 0 shot on the power play, maybe 1. Go back now on the right side, controlling now the Veleno. Don't play a puck on the right side. Another bad play by Detroit. Recovery at the line by Rasmussen. Pass the puck to Veleno. Ran the puck to around the board. Unit number 2 is on the ice. Kubalik. Pass the puck to Veleno. Front of net. Intercept by Panthers. Recovery by, I think it was, I'm not sure it was Berggren. Recovery by Reynard. Don't play a puck left corner. Reset now by the Detroit going to break out another time at power play, 27 to go. Bergring's coming out. Bergring don't play a puck in the corner. Chasing the puck in front of the fourth string. Don't play a puck behind. Reset by Rasmussen. Putting the puck to the left corner. Recovery by Bergring. Hold the puck a little bit longer. Return the puck to the line. Set up now on the other side. Fire puck. Black shot. Missed the net belly. If Fleda going to bring the puck again one more time. It's going to be Evans throwing 0-4 power play for the Detroit Red Wings tonight. And is the one reason they lose the game tonight. Special team. That was the problem they got tonight. I forgot Luciano. Luciano took the twice tonight. My mistake. But at least Ekblad on my fantasy, Vinny. For that game. Hello, Finesse. All right, guys. Long work day. Don't forget to turn on Saturday. Have a good night. And Marco. Possibly offside. Go back now and have a pin offside. With 3:50 to go remaining, 28-19 the shot. 19 shot, 3 goal. Wow. I did not see Detroit for a long time, guys. But honest with you, I'm not impressed at all by the Detroit Red Wings tonight. Like, I don't see, for what I see tonight, I don't see how they can make the playoff. Like no chance. No chance. I think the Ottawa Senators are better. But it's all right. It's all right. Final countdown. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thank you. I remember the North American game was so much fun. McKinnon, Austin Matthews, etc. William, you need Michael DeLanery on the call to talk with you on Detroit in our tap. And yeah, it just feels like, I don't know. Tonight for me, Zeder, good, but not great. I don't know. I didn't. For me, it's not a team like if you. I don't see a team right now who they are tonight make the playoff. Like I don't see that. I was so on my fantasy on this earth. Will be interesting how they can respond. Empty net for the Detroit Red Wings face-off at the right side of the Bobrovsky. Iso on the bench. We'll see the next face-off. There we go. Face-off between Larkin and Barkov, I believe, or Bennett. Go back now. Oh, face-off. Going to restart after Larkin move. Winning par de Chicago, par Detroit, show back par Ronek. Ronek's coming now. Ronek passe le pas de la side. T'en viens arrière. Shoot the puck. Hit a but! Detroit Red Wings cut the lead from 2-1. I think it's Berggren. Wow, what a goal for the top right shoulder of the Bobrovsky. And then it's Fabry. Fabry score for the Detroit Red Wings, the goal number 2. And we have, Detroit can come back. Who knows what's happening there? It's going to be more fun to watch the last 3 minutes of the game. Fabry score 3-2. It's good. It's good. It's good for hockey. It's good to watching those stuff like that. Detroit guys are amazing. I think they can make the playoff right now. Detroit guys are unbelievable. We should think about this one time. First goal of the year of the Fabric on that one over there. And Renek 71 get an assist. Detroit are great, ladies and gentlemen. Who said Detroit cannot make the playoff? Who said Detroit cannot play good? We have a game. Come back now, neutral zone. Set up by forcing. Don't play puck. Rasmussen intercept the puck. Go back deep zone. Chasing up by Berggren. That's the puck to the right side. Rasmussen find a way to get a puck back. Rasmussen to the blue line. Buys the puck. Fire puck in front of the net. Picks the puck behind the goal. Tethered by Berggren. Chasing up by Ekblad. Recovered by Chariot at the goal line. At the blue line. Bring it back to the blue line. Set up to Zeder. Pass the puck to the right side. Detroit keep controlling. Back to Zeder. Zeder fire puck and miss the net completely. Rebound by forcing for Bobrovsky. Make a save. Go back. And go back on the left side. On the left side of Bobrovsky. 2029. Detroit did it before, guys. They come back sometimes on a year. It's just because I won Montreal. I would like to have a, I was thinking myself, a bag is so bad. He scored soon after that. And I guess also another goal. Yeah, 2 goals. I thought Raymond and Ziller was a franchise player for Detroit. They're going to be good. It's just the second year. They struggle a bit more this year. Ekblad locked the puck in the neutral zone. Buck bouncing back on defensive zone set up by Chariot in front of the Listerinen. Less than 3 minutes to go remaining on this period. Cape said that game might be good for my fantasy. Go back in front of the net, miss the net. Go back and run up by Ekblad. Raymond, don't be Chariot, shoot the puck, miss the net completely. Recovered by Listerinen. Don't play puck, stop at the line. Holding the puck a little bit longer. Pass the puck behind the goal line. Set up by Max Stahl. Stahl chasing went out by Kubalik. Recovered by the Fleur Panthers. Allowed the puck in neutral zone. Intercept by Raymond. The puck bouncing back, unfortunately, on neutral zone. Set up now by the Fleur Panthers. Bennett control the puck. Bennett nothing. Hold the puck behind the net. Intercept by Uso. Ran the puck around the board. Battle now on the right side. Fleur does keep the puck deep zone with 2 minutes to go. Would be the time for the Panther, the Red Wing figure out something else. The puck stuck right now under the Detroit winning by Verhey with Zeder. We have a whistle on the right side. Look like the puck outside the zone and go back on the neutral zone by calling White. Maybe bench Matt Murray tomorrow and do what coach does. Come on, boy, tie it up. Nashville score. Oh, wow. Nashville score, guys. 3-2. Oh my God. Nashville score. Rand McDonough with first goal of the year. Normally pick Nashville. Goal wins goal. ENORTAP said, go back behind the net, set up by Ronek. Ronek hold the puck a little bit longer. Russo right now. Lost his edge, recovered by Renek, pass the puck to the side. So that's why they attacking out. Detroit going to play puck opposite corner on the right side of Bobrovsky, chasing now by Detroit. Remove empty net, the puck bouncing back, the puck go back on defensive zone. Possibly, no icing, a great play. Renek with the puck around, it's chasing by Detroit, by Florida, intercepted now by Ronek, behind the goaltender, 1:25 to go remaining, the Detroit Whitney attacking now. Hold the puck a little bit longer at the red line. Loud the puck defenses of the Bobrovsky. Don't play right now on the right side for Florida. Winning by the Detroit. Go back behind the goaltender. Back in front of the net. Intercept now by Forsting. Intercept now the wall. Now we're pinching up by the Detroit to stay at the zone. Go back to Ronek. Pass the puck. Set up. Fire puck. Flag shot. Miss the net barely. Go back around by Perron. Run the puck on the board. Don't play the puck in the right corner. Chasing up by Zeder. The puck stuck and then go back to Perron. Perron to go at the wall. Now Perron return to the blind. Set up now by Renek. Shoot the puck. Miss the net. Rebound to the right side. That's why Consi attacking now. Bring the puck to Snyder. Return the puck to the wall. Go back on there. Check in front of the net. And no call on that one. Go back to Ronek. Ronek shoot the puck. Fire the puck. Black shot by Florida Panthers. The puck go back on defensive zone. Checking went out by Renard. Renard's going to score. And it'll be the end of this game. Guys at 4-2. Go back Ekblad. Look like Ekblad. You have a penalty, I believe. Now goal. Look like you have no goal on that one over there. You have a 2 minute for Ekblad for cross-checking on that one over there. So the no goal on this one. Flame all on fire. And then in a tap, 30 likes, 33 likes. Ekblad, Bond, but head move. Look. 39.5. Can the Detroit resist? 6 versus 4. Now we have a TV timeout. A timeout for the Panthers, I believe. No timeout. François Pitre, c'est permis par Ekblad. My favorite wing was Sergei Fedorov. Sergei Fedorov. We wait for the puck drop. But now, hopefully, right winger get a power play goal. Face off now. No, a timeout now for this one. The Capitals going to lose tonight. Unbelievable. The Nashville guys are back in the playoff with that W tonight. Wow. Another surprise. The Flame 3-0. Wow. The Flame beat Islanders easy tonight. Go on live, Michael. Puck and Dream. Randy down on the top for Detroit is good to Detroit. Vinny James. We're going to drop 40.1. Barkov on the ice with Listorin with Kudas. Face up on the right side of Barkov or the Bobrovsky. Lock in at the face off. 6 versus 4. 40 seconds. When he went out by Detroit, go back to Ronek. Ronek's coming. Pass the puck to the side. Fire puck. Black shot. Rebound in the corner. Back to Barkov. Barkov love the puck. Intercept on Detroit. Go back to the right side. Control the net blind. Holding the puck more. Go back to the right side. Back to Perron. Perron hold the puck. Back in again. Turn around left side. Go back now by Ronek. Ronek hold the puck a little bit more. Ronek to Perron. Shoot the puck. Black shot by Brodsky. The puck bouncing back. Back again to Perron. 15 seconds. Shoot the puck in the back door. Go to play right there. Fabric pass the puck left side. Go back to Detroit. Go to the puck in the corner. She's here now. Go back to the right corner. Go to left more chance for Ronek. Fire puck. Black shot. Rebound this side. Broken stick. With 3 seconds to go. This game is over. And the Panthers win tonight. 3-2. They got a big W at the Little Caesar. The Detroit fall apart tonight. Unfortunately for them, this was a game they win. They need to stay in the race, but this tonight turned around to be a bad game overall. All about Bobrovsky was amazing between the pipes, and we have to give credit for the Panthers to win a big game on the road at the Little Caesars, and this is going to bring back the Panthers again, the Detroit Red Wings. So will be really interesting to see that about that tonight at the Hockey Nation Live Show. We're going to follow other game. The Capitals, they lost tonight 3-2, guys. 3-2 for that one over there. And wow, the Flame 3-0 about that. And we're going to get that one 3-2 for the Nashville Predator over the Capitals, and 3-2 for the Panthers against the Capitals. Coach 9.92 about that one there. We're going to get, I think Michael Delano is coming very soon. We're going to open up there. I'm going to put him, go back here for a couple of minutes. There we go. Can you talk?
Hey there.
Oh, yeah, I got you. All right. I thought you was on the mute.
Sorry, I know I got noise in the background. Let's see why. I can
Are you
hear
okay
the
now?
game. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that.
Are you okay?
I might get cut out on that. You might give us a copyright strike, Pierre. We got to be careful.
There you go, boss. Stop again. Sorry. All right.
How's it going, boys?
What?
How's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. You?
Good. Bonne année, Coach. We're excited. We were in Paris for Christmas, and we came back to New York for New Year's.
That's awesome. Happy New Year, by the way.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Bonne année. It was crazy year.
Did you watch the game tonight?
I did, yeah. I mean, it's good that Fabry got on the board. I thought Bergeron had a great game. Like, my biggest hope, as you know, in the offseason was, you're like, well, what's the upside for this team? And I kept hoping it was Bergeron, and I don't think he's disappointed. I mean, you can see that. I think he's just going to get better and better. He seems pretty comfortable now on the boards, and he seems pretty comfortable playing wing, even though he used to be a center. I mean, this is a big bonus for them. I'm curious to see what will happen with Verona. Like, given that he cleared waivers and they put him on waivers, like that seems to be a situation in flux. So, but it's exciting to see Bergeron, and I think Raymond and Sider will be better in future days. Like next year will probably be a lot better for them after they, they're okay right now, but they're not like what they were last year. But that's kind of what we expected.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought tonight, they have to win that game tonight. For me, it's more disappointed because I thought it's really important game, and they struck. Of course, Poboski make a big save, and you know what I mean. Like it's two teams, you can see that it's the team's going to be between 20 or 26 at the end of the Sunday.
Yep, and I talked about this morning. Like, I think in the end, if they get out of January playing 500 in January, that would probably be realistic. Like they've got some games that are very winnable. They got some other tough games. They don't feel like they have a lot of horsepower to overcome anyone right now. So I think that realistically, if we can get out of the month 3 games above 500 in their overall record, that would mean they played 500 during the month. And this game I was kind of a coin toss on, because we know that Florida is really erratic, but they really have the Red Wings number. So I think that was the one aspect. Now they got 2 games in the next 4 nights against the Leafs. So I'm not sure if that's a great matchup for them.
Yep.
They got some games against Arizona and San Jose this month. They play Montreal. So there's definitely some winnable games. But I think, what you're seeing, I think I was going to say about Husso, he's never played this many games, right? Like he's getting a 60, 70% work split. And last year he played like 40, 44 games for St. Louis, and he kind of got hurt. So this is kind of new territory for him. He doesn't really have anybody pushing him. It's not like Hellberg or Nedeljkovic's going to push him. So we're going to learn a little bit about him. I think he'll be fine long term, but in the short term, he might kind of wear out a little bit. Yeah.
Because with that W now, Florida is only 1 point behind the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, I just really see that Red Wings are going to kind of stay where they are or fall a little bit. I can't see them going up. You might see Ottawa leapfrog both of them. Ottawa's been kind of slowly getting better. It's funny, Philadelphia is suddenly only 2 games under 500, Pierre. And they've been on a 4-game winning streak. So, after they sat Kevin Hayes, they seem to have really gotten competitive.
You have to go all the way with Travis Konechny.
What's Well, he's
Like,
had a great year.
Canadian have a great year. I don't know. He's on the pace like 47 goals, something like that. Someone told about this earlier. Um,
Yep,
that's a big game
30.
about this one over there, for sure. Look, I know we talked about Detroit, we talked that, but maybe a little bit overall the World Junior Championship, and if you have the time to take a couple of minutes talking about the World Junior Championship.
So we got a text about a half hour ago from our coach, who's kind of indicated what a great experience it was, but they're all exhausted. So as you would imagine, like when you go that far, it's pretty tiring. When I watch Canada, I mean, first of all, I think I said before the tournament, especially after the bad first game by Goudreau, I was like, I'm very confident in Milicek. Like, people don't know him, but we see him all the time playing in Seattle. He's one of those clutch type goalies. I wish we had that type of goaltending. We've had that often for many years in the past, and you can just recognize it. He's very confident. He's not a traditional 6'5" goalie, but the guys trust him. He controls rebounds, and he took that team unexpectedly, Pierre, last year to the WHL championship. Like, he's a winner, and like, it's just bizarre that this guy's been overlooked in the draft. I imagine somebody's going to grab him after this, so I think he was very, very core. Um, there was a comment from our scouts to the coach on the chat about, yeah, bring back Stankoven. Stankoven's probably the most underrated of all the guys there. He's like 5'8" maybe, and he's just like a machine. Like, he's a machine in our league. If you look at his World Junior scoring, he's about 1.5 a game this year and in the prior tournament. Very underrated. Obviously, Dylan Gunther's got the big shot and had a big game, so that was really timely. And then what do you say about Connor Bedard? Like, in that draft class, Pierre, he is first of all, of the top 3 or 4 rated guys. The only 2 guys that are actually 2005 birth year are Connor Bedard and Michkov. And Michkov's been hurt, and you don't know when he's going to come, so that's going to cause him to drop. The other 2 guys, Carlson and Fantilli, people forget. Like, you watch Fantilli, and he looks like a 16 or a 17-year-old the way he plays. Like, he's got a very immature game right now. He's got all the athleticism. He's got all the tools. But, if you look at his path, and maybe this is, I think this affected more. He left Toronto early. He went to a prep school where his brother went, which was not great competition, in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't send our players there. And he went to the USHL, and he tore up the USHL. But it's the USHL. So you see, when you get an elite talent in the USHL, even at 16, 17, they can rip that league apart. It's not major junior hockey. And then he goes NCAA and he's tearing it up. And like, in the end, NCAA is old. So the difference between him and all the other players on Team Canada, they were all major junior players. And he made so many mistakes in so many games. He really had to learn how to calm his game down, and he didn't get the offense. And you contrast that with, he's a year older. He is born in October of 2004. So the only reason he didn't go the prior year is because he's born after September 15th. Same thing for Leo Carlson. Leo Carlson's born in December. So to me, like, Bedard is already better players than both of them. He's going number 1. To me, number 2 is Carlson right now. Like, I think his performance at the World Juniors it showed us, like, you can tell he's playing professional hockey. And I just think Fantilli is going to be a good player, but he's just raw, and he's going to take time. He's better than, say, Quinton Byfield, who went second and should not have gone second overall in his draft year. But he probably needs a couple years to figure it out. Great tournament, though, Pierre. Like, how many crazy upsets. Amazing performance by the Czechs. Amazing performance by the Slovaks. There was a big upset, I thought, with Sweden over Finland. And even though Sweden doesn't get a medal, they played incredibly well. I thought the game with the USA-Canada, it's really tough watching IHF sometimes, because some of those rules are a lot softer than the pros and even major junior. So the one called back goal, like, if you know the rule, it's going to be called back, but that doesn't make you feel any better about it. The other one I get, like, you're shoveling the goalie in, and it's tough. Like, you kind of box the goalie out in the crease. It shouldn't be a goal probably, right? But it's hard to watch. So I think by the time,
because he was reverse, right? If he was like forward, like, turn the body the other way, but you'll be a little bit more easier. But when you put your skate in the blueprint, you're going to pay you're going to, and that level of that junior, you're not going to give a goal like
exactly
happening.
It's hard to watch, but I
For
mean,
me, it's
it
like
is
a
what.
couple of players I want to mention to you. I think you have two players for Team USA step up: Charlie Stramel and Gavin Brindley. I think for me, two players like nobody talked too much about them, and I think Stramel struggled a little bit with what's concerned the ship, but I think overall he started the fourth line, finished with the third line, and Brindley. What a small package he is, but a really good hockey player.
I mean, one thing there's a tremendous skill level in the USA program. Them pulling together, even the U17 or 18 team, really helps because a lot of these guys play together against those older players in the USHL. So they're like 17. They bring the best 21 or 25 17-year-olds from around the country, and they get to develop some chemistry through that. And they get to work on a lot of skill stuff then based upon the emphasis of the program, and that really comes out. So you can see like tremendous skill level. I think Charlie Stramel, he's kind of bounced up and down in the pre-draft rankings. He's a big guy. He's a little bit raw as well. I think he's got good potential. I don't think he's like when you watch a Cutter Gauthier, you go, well, he's not quite to that level. Could he get to that level?
Uh, I,
I don't
you
think
know,
he's that high end, right?
Yeah, I see him about 12 to 15 now at the draft.
Yep.
He was bouncing a bit earlier. Then after that, he dropped down. But I think with that World Junior Champion would gain a little bit more. She's going to be a bit around below 15, but not like a
I think.
top six weight like Marco Kasper or something like that. But I like his play. He was pretty good overall. You can see
All right.
he's a big body and he
Big
can become a little bit better in the future about that. And then Brett Lee is a second round pick now. I think he could become at the end of the first. Can he become another Courage or Lads? I'm not sure because the only problem is a small player is what 5'8", maybe 5'9" max.
I was gonna say small, and I didn't think like you watch when you get a small guy like Lane Houston, it really affects him in that tournament, especially when you play Canada. I mean, the turning point in the Canada game was you saw how big, strong, and aggressive the Canada team was, and it made a big difference against teams. And I think the difference with Czechia like going in, I looked at the defense. I was like, wow, you got three really good D-men there. Like two of them are Columbus Blue Jackets, Pierre. So like Jiricek and Svozil are like, all right, yeah, we're already playing pro
Yeah,
style. The one guy, Svozil, has ripped up the WHL. Like he's done great. And then Jiricek, I mean, his shot is so strong from the point. He's got a booming shot. And I felt like previous World Juniors, I think he got hurt in the one, and he looks like he's filled out. You can tell he's a lot
last
stronger than
year at the knee last year. Remember the first game at Chicha?
yeah, and that he did not look strong in the previous tournament, like physically. Now he looks like he's a big,
Oh
powerful guy.
yeah. Like it become a bit for me. We remember like a little bit like the Kel McCarr or the Edvinson or the Zeder pick up a 4, 5, 6 overall pick, and then they should be at the top 3 at the next couple of years. I think we're going to remember him. I think for me, if I were to do that overall
The
pick
draft.
at draft, I think Jiricek would be my pick right now.
See, and I think if we go back to our videos when we were talking about it, I kept saying Nemec because Nemec, if you watched how he led Slovaks, and if you go back to like I've been watching him since he's 15, he's always been better than Slavkovsky, and he's always been better than everybody in that age group. And the other guy, if you look at other drafts, who else was like that? Lucas Raymond. Lucas Raymond at his age class was always the best. And then guys see them so much and they second guess them. Well, look at who it is. It's Tim Stützle and Lucas Raymond. They're probably the best two in their draft. And I think the same thing happened in this. Nemec is like, he's doing extremely well in the AHL. They didn't have to send him. Think about New Jersey. They got Luke Hughes and Nemec in the wings.
Yeah. This year's struggled during the tournament for the team here. So he had a trick the last game, but he was not like, I don't know. I feel like, first of all, he was
Really?
hurt, by the way. So,
Was he? I don't know.
yeah.
If you watch him closely, when he would hold on to the puck as long as he wanted. Like this is a guy where they always said this of the three, he's bigger and he's not as talented. There's no way. This guy has got all the ability of the other two brothers. He will be a better defenseman than Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6'2". He's got all the same wheels. He's smart with the puck and a really high skill level. If you're New Jersey, you're super excited about this guy.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting how they're going to respond. Like like for me, Sweden is on the team, but they play well. But the some disappointed players, like I would say to you, Leteri Kumaki is he got benched. He got hurt. He got benched twice. Then you have Aslan or Atlan, draft pick 14, I believe. He have only one goal this tournament. Some of the players did not show up for them. You have other players step up like Jarson, but I think that Sweden, I don't know, it was missing piece over there.
I think on paper we all looked at that team and we didn't think they were very good. And I think the goalie played very well at times. So Lindblom was really good. I think Carlson was, hey man, that's the guy you want, right? Like I was like, okay, wait, this guy's very, very high level. He has a good high ceiling. He's a big guy. Lekamaraki had a terrible last World Junior. And you know who he reminds me of? Teemu Pulkkalainen. Like, I don't know if you remember this guy for Detroit. He had a big reputation. He was about 5'10". It was like, wow, he shoots like Brett Hall. Yeah, he does. He does shoot like Brett Hall, but you got to get the opportunity in the puck. And he doesn't, the rest of his game is very underdeveloped. Bysted was very good. He's a big, powerful, skilled guy. So I thought he was like maybe ahead of where I thought. And then, did Kemmel get hurt for Finland?
Yeah, but in the Finland, it was like the depth was not like he was before. They don't like.
Yeah,
it was not like the defense was not like it was, of course, like before. So they was a good team, but not like a great team in the last couple of years. Like they don't have like Ao, Bakar, and all those kind. You don't have those kind of the really big center they can carry on that team. I think Finland was the biggest problem for them for this tournament. Again, other team. I think so. Slovakia was pretty good. I think not good in depth without Sakoski. But I think on the flip side, Czechia was really what I said. They're going to have a great tournament if that's happening. That the defensemen of USC paid the price because they was too small. You can see what a team like Czechia and the team of US Canada, they struggle. Whatever they try, you can see they are fast. The transition was good, but you cannot compete when you're 6'2", 6'3", and then all the time with the with the 5'9", 5'10", 5'8", you know what I mean? So and then I think the game against Canada, when you mentioned this time, Canada USA, I think that's the problem. It was Augustin did not deliver like Milik, but we cannot be hard on Augustin. He's only 17 years old. It's at that age to carry on your team and that kind of prestige or the high level of hockey is not easy for 17 years old.
Yep, for sure. That's a tough tournament for 17-year-olds. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that we forget too, like if we go back, sorry to cut you off. I was thinking about this when I was watching them. When you watch Slovakia, this has been building for a number of years because it wasn't just the two young guys. Like if you look back when Nemec and Slavkovsky started, that whole team was very young.
Yeah.
So that group of guys have kind of slowly, they keep inserting the same guys. They'll change a couple pieces, and there's still young guys in there. They almost have like that Lou Lamoriello system where there's like senior, junior, sophomore, and apprentice, almost like the freshman, right? So it's like they're creating layers of opportunity here, and they're doing a really good job. I think the thing Jarmo's talking about Tolvanen and Teemu Pulkkinen, and I think Tolvanen's finding a little bit of success, but very similar player to Lekamaraki. I think it's very questionable if he has a career in the NHL or not, just because he just has a very incomplete game. He can shoot the puck, but you got to get the puck to shoot.
Yeah, absolutely about this. We want to say hi to Kev and Adam Berger who knocked the door, and then we have the last one. It was San Diego. Welcome all three together. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation Live Show from Colombia. Awesome, San Diego. So it's for me like Slovakia is like the like you said. Now it's to see what do you see about Dalibor Devosky.
He's a again, he's young, so he didn't always stand out, but he's a very good player. I mean, I think he's not. Is he draft eligible this draft,
I'm
or
sorry.
is it next year? Is he eligible for? Is he
Yeah,
an 05?
yeah. He's right now.
Yeah,
He's right now on the draft top 10 initial.
I I was trying to project. It's really hard for me to project him as a top 10 or not, but it might make sense. He's a very good player. I like him. I'm just not sure what he ends up being. Like he's got a lot of pieces. You would almost like he's a little raw. I think he'll be one of those guys where he'll get drafted, he'll go to camp, and he'll probably take a leap up just because of that, because he looks like he has what do you call it, upside. But I think right now for me, like if I look at a Zach Benson, I look at the other kid in the Western Hockey League. To me, they're both definitely ahead of him. The Will Smith kid looks, pretty good. So I think, I don't know, is he like 10, 12 maybe he falls down to?
Yeah, I see him a little bit more like 8, 9, 8, 7, possible Devoski for the upcoming game. It all depends who going to pick it up for today until the next 4 months, right? Yeah, some player going to go through the maybe like a brand, Yager example, what he look like, Barlow, I don't know. I can go the way like that. Yeah, some defensemen step up now. The Sandin Pelika from the pickup for the Sweden. The Austria defenseman, is it Ren Batcher? Something like that. He set up really
David
well.
Beck,
He's
the right
picking up
shot.
a couple of there, so that would be another one over there. And for
He's
next
swift.
year, for 2024, I think Team USA should be, for me, I would say right now, they are my favorite number one for the tournament next season already. With what they have, because you think about Canada, they're going to maybe possible Fantelli or, well, depend Fantelli, maybe return scorer, but Bedard's not going to be back over there. They're going to lose. They lose a lot of big piece of the puzzle for Team Team Canada. So I think USA, they are a young team. Most of them going to returning. So I think they're going to be a solid team next year's Team USA.
I mean, I think throughout this whole tournament, one, there was a lot of sloppy play by Team Canada, but in the end, they made it because they had, they definitely played a much bigger physical game, and those small guys are so talented. Once you pull out like Bedard, probably Stankoven won't be back. I think you'll lose Offman, right? So there's a lot of guys that'll clear out. And I guess you just got to look at what does Canada have underneath that. There's a lot probably, but I can't think of do you see a Benson? Do you see, what's the other guys? Jaeger? Like, do you see these guys pop up and get an opportunity in their 19-year-old year? And I think that if you look underneath in that 05 group, and the 06 group is very deep in Canada. So I would be surprised if they're not super strong and they're not contending for the gold again.
Yeah, but I expect possibly they're like Snuggerud, I think USA will be a little bit more deeper at Team Canada. I think Team Canada could be, now Elzeman, is it a Canadian or an American? Elzeman, I think it's
Eisenman is a U.S. player. Yeah, Eisenman.
Right? Is it the one he's born in Pittsburgh, this area?
Yeah, he's moved around a little bit, right? So I can't keep track of.
Yeah,
because he went to Static,
is
right?
that the one? He's a cousin of the. Oh my God, I forgot his name. Forgot that's one I'm talking about. But anyhow, I think Team USA will be good next season. Next year, the World Junior Championship, and the 2005, the 2004, 6 going to be a good draft pick in 2024. Then we have is it Misa, right? The new player, 2007, 2006.
The Canadian guy. Yeah, he's doing really well. Is he Sudbury or I can't remember? Is it Thomas Misa?
Yeah, I don't know. He playing with children now, right? He's on the like a year younger, 15 years old, right?
Yeah, he's good. Michael Misa, that's it.
Yeah,
he's an 07 though.
Yeah,
so he's a little ways.
Subscriber, thanks so much, San Diego. New subscriber to the channel. Thanks so much, my friend.
Yeah, so he's playing Saginaw. He's got 38 points in 29 games. I didn't realize, and he did pretty well. It looks like at the under 17,
Yeah.
he had 6 points in 7 games. So you're right. That is definitely a player to keep an eye on. Um, Another guy I was trying to think of, but I don't know. I think that '06 and '07 are very good years for Canada. Like if you look at like the '05 was not a great year, and yet look at the players that came out of it. Like there's really good players. '06 and '07 are better than
Yeah, cannot get it the name Elzeman, but yeah, I think it will be
'05.
fine. I think it'll be good, but without Bedard, this team is not going to go around. And then like you said, Bedard is a 2005, born like what, like late at the end, like middle of the summer, I think, right?
Yeah, I think he's like an August birthday, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's really late about this one there. We have three people. Randy, have a good night. Yeah, one team has free weekend, no game. We have
Cole Eiserman is the '06. So he's on the U.S. development team. That's who it is. Cole Eiserman's from Massachusetts.
yeah. Great performance by Josh Roy at the World Junior Championship.
Interesting. Did you know that William Smith is also from Lexington, Massachusetts?
Yeah, Smith. Yeah, it's on a play like the USC is going to get next year. I think he's going to make the team again. I think Will Smith could be very well. They just did not pick him up this year, but I think Will Smith could be a good, solid player for the team USC next year.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so like that, I get confused because Cole Eiserman, he started out, he was the Middlesex Islanders when he was 13, and then he went to Shattuck, and then he went to the U.S. development program,
Yeah.
and now he's committed to University of Minnesota. So that's why I was like get confused, but he was actually born in Massachusetts, and he played for the Boston Junior Bruins, I guess.
But again, like, when you get those kind of pick at 7, 8, 9, is it Will Smith? Is it like a Devosky? Or, what I mean? Like, that would be very
Yep.
interesting what the thing now. Will Smith needs to compete more. I think he's a great skater. I think
Yeah.
Coley have a little bit more, because we really compare Will Smith and Coley are really similar. Like I said, they are.
Logan Cooley.
I think Coley is a little bit more faster,
Oh,
but more aggressive. Like he
he's a
compete
killer.
more. Does it make sense? Like he's more
He's a
into it.
killer.
All right.
He's a killer, Pierre.
Yeah.
Like he is one of those guys where he's calculating in his head how to just stab you by scoring goals. And he's like Bedard like in that, he finds little angles and then gets his shot
I'm
off.
I'm
And
worried about Will Smith can become a little bit like the Jonathan Drouin. That's my only worry about him.
he's passive.
Like on periphery, and you see a good
Right.
vision and not go in front of the net. He missed those kind of characteristics. I think Will Smith could be dropped a little bit more on the draft because of
I agree.
those situations. But he's a really shifty, really good
Yeah.
skater too. Great hockey player. It's not like we don't get sick against him. But if you want to talk
No.
about the top 10, that would be something could be put him out of the top 10 because of that situation about that.
Because I keep seeing him ranked really high and I don't get it. Like I understand the skill levels there, but him being ranked top 6 to me does not make sense. Like if he's there and Michkov is there, I'm definitely taking Michkov, even though I got to wait a bunch of years.
Yeah, so the Mishka would be an interesting case. For me, it would be like people asking me where he's going to pick it up.
5,
It
6,
all
maybe?
depends who is going to pick at that number 4.
Correct.
Right? So I wouldn't be surprised he can drop 5 and 6, but
I think
not
that's
more.
right.
I would be shocked he go over 6. I think it will be more like a 5-4, and that would be the way. But again, I don't know which team is. A team want to go faster, quicker, the rebuilding, and the team that want to wait, but to be maybe not wait to pick Michkov right away. But
It'd be interesting to see how Detroit finishes the year. Can you imagine him falling to Detroit? I think realistically though, like Montreal has a couple picks around there. I could see them grabbing him. Arizona, I wonder what they would do depending on where they finish. Like they might bump up a little bit. I could see Arizona taking him just because they're not in a big hurry and they know they got Logan Cooley coming. And if you project out a few years, like they're just worrying about the arena and they're building pieces. So you think, oh well, maybe he comes when he's 22, 23. Who cares? Then I got like a 23 or 24-year-old Logan Cooley. paired with a Mishkov, and I got Dylan Gunther.
Yeah,
You know,
but I think Montreal have a good opportunity to pick him up
really.
because they have two pick. I think there's great comments about this one over there because now you say, you know what, we can pick, I don't know, like a Yager example, right? Number 7, 6, 7,
Right.
or Devoski example. And why not? We can wait Michkov one the next 3 years. He can come back later. That would be a solid pick for Montreal. And it could
I,
happen because Montreal is going to finish about 5 or 6 and possibly
right.
4. And you never know, they can maybe pick it up NHL
Yeah.
draft, go higher at some point.
Do you see that Yager's played again for Kladno? He's played in the last 6 or 8 games.
Yeah.
He's 50? Is he 50? He's
51
50 years
now.
old.
51 now. And one reason I believe he stayed there, and I don't want to see negatively. Look, he owned the team, right? And he
Yeah,
controlled,
he owns it.
right? But imagine when he's going to retire, all the sponsors going to
Oh,
leave. It makes sense.
yeah,
Like,
that's why he's doing it.
I think
You're
it's
right.
just he's hanging there a little bit longer right now to keep that team controlling. You know what I mean? Like, he played with Plekanet, by the way. So,
Yeah, Plekanec is there. That's crazy.
yeah, 40 years old about that. And would be really, really interesting to see what happening for this game. I just tried to get the other game around the league. The Jets just scored 3-2. The Blackhawks lead 1-0. The Flame 3-1. And the Sharks and talks about this. I know it's about 10:05. Maybe I don't want to keep you a long time, but what do you have anything you want to add more, like the trade deadline or team you would like to you pick it up curious or what do you expect or
The team I'm really worried about just is Edmonton. Like, you got Connor having an absolutely phenomenal year, but like right now they're on the outside kind of looking in. So I just wonder if they're going to make any moves. It's interesting they moved Klim Kostin up to the top line the other night, and they broke that streak and they won. And I don't know if you've been keeping an eye on him. Like, he's always been a big, talented guy, but he's very, very raw for St. Louis, and he had a bunch of injuries. But he does not look out of place at Edmonton, so that might be helpful. I really think they got to move on from Yamamoto and Puya Harvey, and they got to rethink that back end. So I hope that they make a move to try to get like a top 3 defenseman. They've got enough assets, and then I don't know about goalie. I mean, it's rough. I don't trust this Jack Campbell situation.
it's funny because you have Edmonton that scenario. I think Pittsburgh is on a team on that scenario where it's really strange what's going on over there. I don't want to be negative, but look, Colorado is not like Colorado.
I think Colorado will be okay. When they get Landeskog back and they get Nichushkin back, those are 2 big pieces. They've had so many games where they missed people, and they've just hung on. I'm not sure Georgiev is a number 1, but he's playing pretty real well, and they're still in the playoff hunt without playing with like often 5 or 6 of those guys. So I think it's pretty. And is Byram playing again? I can't remember if Byram's still playing. Was he play?
Who?
Did he play the other night? Bo Byram
No, he's hurt.
still out. So I mean, that really hurts them. Like, he takes a lot of pressure off Cale Makar, but he's just got so many injury problems that you can't rely on it. Which is so that I think they're going to get in the playoffs, Pierre, but I just don't see them winning the cup again. I mean,
Yeah, that's a good thing, man. I don't say they're not going to the playoff, but you're absolutely right about the Stanley Cup. The way they play right now, I don't see the team can have the team. Now, earlier I have got a question about who the first team can have the first trade deadline trade, right? The first, I think Colorado have to do something quicker, faster, better. I think they don't have no second center. And this is the biggest problem. And they cannot wait until March. I think they need to get one quicker, faster to have those kind of chemistry. Which one? I have no clue. But, that way the team need to add something there.
Honestly, everyone keeps talking about Ryan O'Reilly moving to like Boston or something, but I can see Ryan going back to Colorado.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see Ryan back over there. I think for me, if you stuck one that they don't want to go a long term, right? Because at long term, I think both of that fits very well into Colorado
Well, that's the
Avalanche
other
at
one.
long term. But if you talk about a rental player, maybe for 1 year, it reminds me a little bit the contract, a little bit like Jonathan Taze. I think a Taze could fit very well on that
It would fit
organization
very
for the
well.
Colorado Avalanche.
I
And
agree. I think
honestly, he
Taves
have a
and
good
Kane.
year with Chicago compared to Patrick Kane.
Good.
He's so much better
Yeah,
this
like
year.
Patrick Kane without, because you think like Patrick Kane does not have the Brincat, and that he, he's at least had the Brincat or Panarin, and when he has someone else that can play at that level, he's great. But I think without those, he's struggling a little bit. There's not like there's a great number one centerman there. And credit to Jonathan Taves, like he's going to be a big asset to someone going into the playoffs. I got to think they're going to move him.
People talk
Yeah, 'cause he
about
looked like he's
Go
got
ahead.
11 goals and 20 points, Jonathan Taves. So that's
Yeah.
pretty good. But he's veteran savvy, won cups. I could see also like LA making a move. I think LA, they've held off on getting a goalie situation. I think that you're going to see Brant Clark finish the year with LA, and they still have a lot of dry powder. Like they still have a lot of prospects that are in the AHL. They could afford to make a move aggressively and get a goalie somewhere. So I don't know who shakes loose. I don't know. Like, does Vancouver? I think Vancouver keeps Demko, right? Like, I can't see them moving him. That's a pretty tough piece to replace. But they have a
Which
couple other
one?
pieces. I'm trying to think of goalies that might shake loose, like, and then where a team like LA would have a lot of prospects to shake someone loose.
Yeah. I think Chikron could be in a big. Chikron is going to be somewhere somehow. Buffalo will be interesting to follow this,
Curious about Buffalo.
right? And can Seattle make a move? I don't think so. Carolina is going to make a big splash. They never did it during the trade deadline. Look the story. They never make a big trade at the deadline. They really believe at their own team. They believe in the prospect. They don't go around until the off season. And I
Yeah.
don't see make them. But Edmonton, interesting with Toronto. I think Toronto, nobody talk about this right now. I know they lost this week, but Toronto is looking to add something at some point. I
They
don't
got
know
it. They're
how,
not
but
that good here. I still watch that team, and I'm like, I'm not impressed by this team when I watch them.
well, they are different, right? They have different players. They have the goaltender situation. They've been a good right in December. Now they struggle
Sure.
this week. I think they have the team right now. They can go to the second round or move the first round to the second round. It just need one piece or two pieces to add that. Who they are, I'm not sure. But I think that would be interesting. The case of Randall Riley, Tarasenko is a two player. The Sean Monahan, where he's going to go. I think Monahan is going to be on the pace on the get. Then we don't talk about defensemen. Jordan Manson, Kavrikov for the Columbus Blue Jacket is a UFA next season. I think is a good piece. Someone can
Very
add
underrated.
a team like Toronto can add a kind of little bit those kind of players on my eyes.
I thought, the guy that I thought, like, people don't really mention him, but I've liked Connor Timmins on the Leafs defense. I think he's been pretty solid as a number kind of 5 guy. That's kind of interesting, but they need a number 2. They don't have a number 2. I mean, in the end, I don't know how you get that. Could they get a Chikrin?
Buffalo, what Buffalo can do.
Buffalo's got a lot.
You know what I mean? Like they can give a lot. I think the King can be another team. They can figure out something.
Sure.
Boston, I think will be Boston. I think they will go for something big. I think Boston they figure out now. They know they are running close to get that cup one more time. I think they're going to make a major impact. I wouldn't be surprised they add a Jonathan Taze over there. Or a guy that plays just rental for 6 months because they know, or they can go with both of that and say, you know what, at the end of the year next year, we know we're going to lose Krejcik, Bergeron, and you know what I mean, like a little bit like a transition.
I would.
That would
That's a
be
good
something
fit.
I can see that. Or Randall Riley, that could be another one over there.
Yeah, I would hate to see him there, but yeah, I think he would be a good fit.
But it would be a really good fit over there. I would give you a player right now have a good year, Michael. They don't talk about is Adam Arenke for the Anaheim Ducks. Aaron Carey is already
Oh,
12 to
Henry, yeah,
14 goals already over there. I'm talking
yeah, he's
about
good.
that, right? I'm talking about just like a
Well,
piece of the puzzle.
so Adam Henrique makes a lot of sense because if you go back to junior days, Taylor Hall and Adam Henrique won 2 Memorial Cups together with the Windsor Spitfires,
Yep.
and then they played
Yep.
together in New Jersey as well. So those guys know each other very well. And Adam Henrique is very, very underrated. And you put him in a much better situation than Anaheim, he could be very useful. I also wonder about Ryan Strome. Like, do they keep Ryan Strome? Ryan Strome, I don't. I think New Jersey had a really hard time the Rangers had a hard time adjusting to not having Ryan Strome on that second line. Like his defensive game is very underrated. He's very good on faceoffs, and he's a consistent offensive performer. Like, and what I don't see him fitting in Anaheim. Like, why is he there? And I don't
Yeah.
think he's that expensive.
But it's an animal going to give away again, like they did with LANHAM, right? They're going to give us some kind of
Right.
player like that. They did
Exactly.
a Raquel Raquel last season. I think there'll be another one. Winnipeg
Yep.
Jet, another team. I'll be curious what they're going to add. I think Winnipeg Jet can believe in themselves. They can treat, they think they can make a good run. We'll be into what kind of player they can add for them, and because they still carry on too much money with Wheeler next season.
If there's a name that might really fit, which is I don't know if anybody's thinking about that, but if I'm Winnipeg, I'm looking at a Ryan Strome. Like Ryan Strome would fit in very well with Winnipeg. They got a lot of really good wingers, and as a second line center, like he might be a guy that really plugs a hole, and I think he would fit with their style. So that could be kind of interesting. They've got some pieces in the minors that might be interesting. Like you'd hate to give up. You don't want to give up a Chaz Lucius for him. You don't want to give up Niemeli.
Yeah.
But they probably got some other guys that are underneath that they could afford to part with and make it work.
Yeah, no, they can go for a defenseman. I think they would like to add a defenseman at some point. The first round pick is going to be that's the problem. They get like 11. It's be 2022. It's when you are right there, you cannot want to give your first round pick. If you're 28, 29, 30, you can give your first round pick, right? If you believe on this one.
I would not be worried about this draft either. Like I think after the top 10, it drops off quite a bit.
Yep. What do you think about the Lafreniere situation?
I just think it's time to move. He's got to go somewhere. It's really risky for him at this point in his career. I believe he's a 20 goal scorer, but there's obviously a lot to his game that they don't love there. I think he could go somewhere. I think the thing that's hanging over his head is the first overall pick, but I think just the reality is he could still be a 25, 30 goal scorer in the NHL. He's not a great playmaker, but he can play with good players. I mean, they've never really played him on a better line, and it's understandable. Like he's not Zibanejad, he's not Panarin, like he's not Kreider. They got a lot of bodies in front of him. I just think if you're a team that brings him in and gives him the ice time, he could really reward you, and he's still a young player. He's a 2001, right? So
Yeah. Try to get out the game initial now, but that would be that's funny. I think they did not give up right away. I think they will hold a bit longer. I think they have to.
I don't think they're doing him any favors right now. I mean, he's got 5 goals on the year. He was a 20 goal scorer last year. You just got to think he should have taken another step, but he's not going to do it from the third line.
No, that's like everybody was excited for him to go in New York. Everything like that. I would say to you the biggest problem with that one over there is when you get draft or first overall pick, like take Sakoski example, right? Sakoski with Rangers, where team is in the middle of the pack, will not play this year, right? And now a team like Lafreniere, imagine him to play with Anaheim Ducks, like Zegras example. He will have the first line, will be on power play. He's going to have like 20 minutes, almost 18 minutes. He never have that kind of opportunity with the New York Rangers.
Yeah, and you can't just do it here and there. Like it's got to be over a period of time. Like if he was consistently getting 18 minutes a game, you're going to see him develop. Like he's shown he can score from the third line. You've got other like Kako seems to have kind of turned the corner a little bit.
Yeah,
I think good news. Like, there's another very high draft pick. I don't know if they've done the best thing for those guys. It feels like if you move Lafreniere, someone's going to take a little bit of a risk, and if they give him ice time, they'll be good. That might be part of a package. I don't know what they need to bring in. They're pretty deep at all positions. Like,
The other thing I would say to you is the Minnesota Wild. I think Wild could changing a little bit about that. Like, it would be interesting because you have Dallas, Winnipeg, and Minnesota, and Colorado behind this, Michael. And if Colorado continues to struggle, I think Minnesota could figure out to get something in there, to get a center.
Yeah, I mean, they're still going with the patchwork quilt style in Minnesota. I don't think you're going to see. I thought Marco Rossi would have been more of an impact player this year. He's definitely not ready for that.
It's
Ryan
funny how,
Hartman-
it's funny because someone talked about Rossi in the chat, and then I was thinking to tell you the same thing. What do you think about Michael Rossi?
I mean, he's definitely not exactly where I would wanted him to be, but I think he will be. He's a really smart player, and he's got high skill level. And his contemporary I want to compare it to is Jack Quinn. So these guys were, teammates in Ottawa, and you look at Jack Quinn in Buffalo versus him in Minnesota, and I think it's just a matter of time. Like, it's not like he's a worse player than Jack Quinn, and Jack Quinn's having a lot of success just because of the opportunity that he has. And I think Rossi, maybe he's not ready to be that one or two number centerman, and they're not ready to put him in that spot, but eventually it's going to happen. I think
is it too small?
he's very sturdy though. He's a pretty sturdy guy. Like, it's not like he's tiny. He's not tall. Like, he's like 5'10", but he's probably like 185.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not. I just said, like, what I mean, like, he did not. He missed something where I feel like it's the second time we go with Minnesota Wild, right? For that first year was okay, but this year I was expecting him to be more.
I was too.
And he did not make it, and obviously because this was they missing Minnesota a really good center, and because they have a couple of great players over there.
So, they sent him down to the AHL, I think, again. He's got like a point a game down there. The guy here's a name that do you know that Philip Tomasino is not in the NHL right now? And last year, this guy had 35 points for Nashville.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, I don't think Nashville's going to move him. But, that's a player that, man, why is he not in the NHL? I was looking at it the other day. If you're looking, I don't know if Nashville will look to make a trade, like maybe they will, to bolster themselves. But I think the name that I keep thinking of, by the way, for Lafreniere is Chicago. Like, if you're Chicago and you're thinking, hey, I want to get a Taves or I want to get a Patrick Kane, then you're probably going to use that piece. Neither Lafreniere or Kravtsov has really panned out there. So I think you could see both of those guys going to a Chicago and a Patrick Kane coming back the other way, and it'd be probably a win for both teams. Like, he's going to get a lot more opportunity. Both those guys will in Chicago, and I think Lafreniere would do really well in Chicago versus without that pressure.
What about Vegas?
For Lafreniere?
No, Vegas doesn't think about the team Vegas. What do you think about Vegas?
Well, I mean, they played for a stretch without Peter Angelo. He's back and he's playing very well. They just got Jack Eichel back. I think that the goaltending situation is better than we anticipated. They're a really deep team. I love the coaching situation. I think it was the right move for them. Bruce Cassidy's very, very underrated. I think they're a dangerous team. I could see them getting to at least the second round in the playoffs. I mean,
they would finish first, right? They're going to play again where I believe possible you get, it would be interesting what the Saddle is going to do for the next 20 game. I still not sure about them, but every time we think they are out, they're coming back and they keep continuous to winning game, right? And people don't trust them. They don't believe on them. And they fed another big W this week, and then they beat the Toronto this week again. And now they get Ottawa. They get, after that, Montreal. So they have a couple of good games they can get, and they're hanging there. And more long term, they're hanging there. They're pushing Edmonton, Calgary to struggle because the Central Division, Michael, they have a good team. And Nashville back in the race right now with a good week
yeah.
this week. So really interesting. I think the East going to get less closer. I think the Western Conference is going to be better because I think
So-
Detroit is not going to get there. Florida is not going to get there. The Islanders struggle a little bit, and they're going to be Pittsburgh. I think the race will be fun to watch in the Western Conference until to the end.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think so. If you're looking at Seattle, I just can't figure it out. They're not a young team. You know, they have Matty Beniers, who's really turned. You know, he's really really good. I mean, I think he's what you would want him to be. Like,
Oh yeah.
he's kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like, you know. So I think that's a good news. But you look at around him, Jordan Eberle. You know, Jared McCann's very underrated. So I get that. Yanni Gourde's not young. Bjorkstrand. So they got a veteran group there. So I think that they're solid. I can't believe their record though, Pierre. I look at it and I'm like, how are they winning these games? And I think it's just depth. They got speed and
And
depth.
what about Martin Jones, right? Like,
Martin Jones? Like, that's a shock.
yeah, you know, he still have like, I think now he's 14-5-1 or 14-6-1, but his save percentage is 0.895. But
It's like
they-
the save
they
is
win.
terrible. But look at LA. Like, they don't even have 900 a goalie at 900. They've been winning with Phoenix Copley.
Yep.
It's a weird
Yeah, more
year.
expect the Dallas going down.
No way. Why?
I think for me, if you have a choice, Dallas or Dallas, Winnipeg, I would say Winnipeg before Dallas. For that, I
Really?
said that, but I feel like Dallas have more better, like the defense of
Everything.
the Dallas is a bit more better to the Winnipeg Jet. The goaltender maybe advantage a little bit the Winnipeg Jet,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
forward and I think the overall the depth of the Dallas is a bit better to the Winnipeg Jet. The Winnipeg Jet have the first two line, and then have to be worried the third line, the fourth line.
Dallas is way deeper than people give them credit for. Like, you've got Jamie Benn playing on the third line. Wyatt Johnson is outscoring Sagan, and you know, like, that's your third line. Okay, so and then you look at the top line. Like, Joe Pavelski just signed a 1-year contract extension, and all he's focused on and talking about is their pursuit of a Stanley Cup. And you just look at the difference between Dallas and San Jose, and it's Joe Pavelski. I mean, that team has a real leader, and his game's not predicated on speed. It's intelligence and compete level. He's a rare type of player, and he wants to win a cup. I think that Rupe Hintz is still, like, people don't understand how good this guy is. Jason Robertson is a top 10 player in the NHL. You're still not seeing the best from Guriana or Kiviranta, but they're in the wings. And then the Marchment move was like, that was a great move. Like, you got a big power forward that can chip in 15, 20 goals in the year. Like, he's just with a doctor order. I think they got a really good pulse. They got really good coaching staff. They're deep at every position. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a great team. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
going to be a fun. Last year was it was fun to watch the before the playoff, right? The race. But this year is the both conference a better race. But you have so many teams are close together. Last year was like 16, 5 teams. But right now the Pacific Division with now this the Winnipeg just scored an empty net, by the way, and
Oh, did they?
yeah, now they beat the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-2. Unbelievable!
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
Kudos to Rick Bowness. And Cole Perfetti's having a great year, Pierre.
Yeah.
And then you saw Chaz Lucius at the World Juniors. Like, how far is Chaz Lucius from being on that team? Like, he had that hat trick in the last game. Like, he's such an offensively gifted player. Like, he can really score.
Yeah, and you know, like if Perfetti is going to be good for them. I think it's a good pick for them.
For sure. Very good player.
Yeah, I tried
I mean,
to
he's
get a
playing in the
couple of.
top 6 for them, right?
It's going to be very interesting how they're going to respond about this one there. Anything you want to add before you go?
No, it's been an exciting season. I'm curious to see what moves will be made for the deadline. And thanks to all the Hockey Nation fans that join on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the Red Wings update. We'll have an update. Well, I guess Monday will be the next one.
Yeah, it would be Monday about this. At that time the night, I'm just finishing my videos. It was just sometimes I see
yeah.
pop up, but I was just like, it's getting
Don't worry
late
about
after that midnight. So,
No,
but I
we're
think it's
growing it
good to
slowly.
recover like this one time, maybe one at a time or per month or 2 times per month to do like a recovery together, like reviewing
sure,
the
yeah.
NHL, that now it's going to be more prospects coming very soon. So next month, so be closer to those stuff like that, and we can pop up the night for sure with everybody in the chat. So
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the road soon, Pierre. I got to go scout next month and the month after. It's gonna get busy for me, so
oh yeah,
we can do stuff on prospects.
that'd be awesome. If you can get someone for the organization for talking and have a special guest, if you can get around, let me know about that.
Okay, I'll ask. We'll see if we can pull something off with Willie or not, but I'm guessing we might have to wait to the off season.
Yeah, no chance to get players, junior, like Zellweger or player like that.
Ask,
Like I just mentioned him, but he could be another one. But
yeah, Olin's really good. I mean, Olin would be great. He'd be a lot of fun. Berezowski. I'll ask and see if they're okay with that.
it don't have to be 1 hour. It could be 30 minutes, everything like that. It
Yeah,
could be
5 minutes,
private
10 minutes.
too, something like that.
Yeah, I mean they go on with Casey, which is our media guy. So I can just ask Zoran and Casey. Let's see what they say, or Dennis.
That'd be awesome.
Dennis.
Yeah, maybe do a review sometime, like the CHL and the junior, like something
sure.
like that. I think you'll bring some great knowledge about it. I know, but it's better when someone can add more stuff like that. You know what I mean?
It's a great year to watch the WHL. If you like, every single game that Connor Bedard is playing for Regina is sold out, Pierre.
It's sold out
If you want
everywhere.
to see everywhere, if you want to see Connor Bedard, just go to WHL. I think it's called WHL Live. It's under the CHL guys, and you can subscribe. I think it's like $29, and you can watch all the games for Connor Bedard. Like, you'll see him in action. Like, he is an elite player.
What do you expect about Shane right now returning to OHL? We know he owned by against Frontenac, but which team, if I give you like a 1 choice, 2 choice, which team do you think he can beat right?
So I was thinking that, London is a top 10 team right now in the nation, and London always has a willingness to wheel and deal and pull in guys like that. So I could definitely see London. I know there's been talk about Peterborough, but I don't see them as a top 10 team. But Brendan Othman, who was his Don Mills Flyers teammate, along with Brant Clark when they were like 13, 14, 15. Brendan Othman is in Peterborough, so that might be a difference maker. I think you're going to want to put him on, like, Saginaw would make sense on paper, but I don't see Saginaw being aggressive to get him. So I
What
think
about
realistically,
Ottawa 67?
Ottawa is ranked a little bit ahead of London.
Yeah.
So I think that is the other possibility. They only have 5 losses, I think, this year.
Oh yeah,
So
they are
that
a
would
good
make
team.
a lot of sense. They're a very good team. I just think that if it comes down to Ottawa and London, that London will outbid them.
Yeah, Montreal. Is it Rower play there? Vincent Rower play in Ottawa, I believe. I'm always messed up as Cedric Guindon and Rower, but I think it's Rower. Rower play with the 67.
Rover?
Vincent Rower, yeah, number 24. It's a really Ottawa Senator. Yeah, Ottawa 67.
Oh, the Ottawa draft pick?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I can't remember that lineup.
Yeah,
Let's take a
Rower
look.
play for 67 now. I just checked.
So if you look at the standings in just the OHL, the Rangers by the way, the Rangers have made some aggressive moves, the Kitchener Rangers. And they got some good players like Pinelli, and they got some, I think Messer's there too, right?
Yeah, they're a good team, but they are not like really good, like deep, everything like that. They have, everybody played with Shane Wright last year. Some of them are still there, and they are a pretty good team, but not like they was for the Kitchener. When I'm talking about the Kitchener, but
You're thinking Kingston.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kitchener Rangers made a few trades. They're a game below 500. I They see, but if you remove the first 5 games of the season, they think that they're a contender. I don't personally. To
But
me,
they want to
London
trade
Knights,
Philippe Mazar.
yeah, they got to. You don't think they will?
But they should, because I don't think so they're
Yeah,
going to make the playoff. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think that they'll trade him. But it's weird. They just made a move, Pierre. Like they got a couple guys that they acquired. So they got Francesco Acuri there. They have Messer. They brought up Antonio Pugliese. I don't know why. And then they got Pinelli. So they think that they're going to make a move. I don't get it. And yet they're a game below 500. Yeah, so that's a weird one. I don't know. I just look at London, North Bay, and I look at Ottawa, and those are the logical choices. I think
Yeah.
if it came down to the 3, that London's going to figure a way to outbid them. They're just going to find a way to get more assets or money to whoever they're buying. Saginaw should, but I just don't think Saginaw is going to be that aggressive about bringing a player like that. Maybe they got a good team though. It's just weird when you look at Saginaw. You're like,
It'll be interesting to follow this for sure during the
yeah,
next couple
exciting.
of weeks. So thank you so much, Michael. Thanks again.
Thanks,
I look forward to
guys.
seeing you next time. Have a great night. The rest of the night. I will talk to you next time.
Good night, Pierre. Good night, everybody.
All right, Michael DeLanery, guys, directly from California, stopped by to say hi to us and then talking about great hockey. Michael bring a lot of knowledge about different things. It could be NHL or prospect player. I think it's great to have him around, and I think we should do this a little bit more often. Hopefully to get more guests at some point for sure. A lot of you guys talk in the chat. Obviously, I was trying to get in a little bit more my attention with Michael. I apologize for some of you. I know Adam pop up at some point, and other people, Rev, talk about some things. Some people, Francois, talk about Hoffman, everything like that. But I was trying to stop more, concentrate about what Michael was talking about to go around. The cap would be a big problem. Montreal Canadiens, guys, if you see my video yesterday, my 5 bold prediction, I only see 2 players to get trade. I see Jordan Munson and it's going to be Shane Monahan. That would be the 2 big assets Montreal can trade. After that, Hoffman, Tadenov, don't worry about this. It's going to maybe give away everything like that. But I think for me, Montreal is going to get a 3rd round pick late, maybe 31, 32, 29, 30, whatever it is, to get in return for Sean Monahan. And I think you're going to get the 3rd round pick at this NHL draft 2023. I wouldn't be surprised about this. Will be interesting after that. As a fans like me, Montreal Canadiens, many of you are, it'll be interesting what they look like. What they not look like, but what there will be the ranking next year at the draft, right? Is it 3 and 9 or, because it's really, Michkov could be really interesting at some point. Michkov guy is another Kaprizov. Just give you an idea of what he look like. Michkov is another Kaprizov. Speed-wise, shifty, good hand, score. He's just a great hockey player. If he was like a regular, normal, like not playing a KHL, not signing a contract, it will be your number 2. Bedard, Michkov, then Fantilli, Carlson and Fantilli. But if Montreal pick up number 5, and who knows he's number 4, and he's scared to get Michkov, maybe they're going to pick up a defenseman or another player. Montreal could get Michkov. Imagine Michkov number 5, and Montreal pick up number 9, and they had Devoski example. Right now, you build a 2 player going to be your top 6 at some point in 3 years. Montreal, you have a possibility, guys, to have an amazing, great, better NHL draft this year compared for last year. So it'll be really, really interesting where the ranking at the end, when you're going to make that kind of the lottery, everything like that. I'm saved, Luciano. Monahan to Boston. Hold on. I don't know how. Is it fit well? Maybe. can they give a first round pick from? I think Boston going to be more a long term. Like I think you're going to get a Bo or that or Ren O'Reilly or something like that. Look, it's a good question. It's a good point to think about this, but I don't see that there. I don't think O'Reilly would play. I don't think so too, William, about that. He's going to the Browns. Will it makes sense? Will love too much and Devoski. Yeah, Kev. I think I that's what is in me. Last year, at that time of the year in January, February, we got Martin Louis a new head coach, and you got some excitement. Right now, my excitement is about the NHL draft 2023. How is going to be that night, guys? Last year we did live with ENORTAP. I think Michael DeLaney was there. You have someone that was there. We have 4 people live and talking about the NHL draft, and we screaming when they got the first round pick. And it will be interesting how they're going to get there. The top 10. We need a top 10. Panthers have to be a top 10s at the end of that. Monahan to Colorado. It won't be a surprise. Musson will move for sure. Yes, look, definitely read my mind, Kev. Monahan to Boston. I don't see that in my eyes. I don't see Monahan and over there. The Sharks tied the game 2-2. Wow. Wow. Avalanche have to no asset to get anybody good, especially a center, Steve. No. Now, can they sacrifice a Samuel Girard? That would be the biggest question, Steve. It's all depends, Steve, how they believe and their race to maybe say, you know what, we have a chance to get that one. By the way, Arizona guy on the power play on that one. Arizona have to win against Chicago. The best scenario is the Arizona tie the game 1-1. Everybody get 1 point, and then who knows who's scoring on overtime. It's not a big deal. But it will be interesting to see that. But the both of that scenario to Boston could very well happen. I would give up Biran, Steve G. Yeah, I can understand that. The Biran situation is the injuries, right? But it's really interesting. Give up Iran. To Anaheim. Go Args. Go ENORTAP. No, you cannot go with Chicago ENORTAP. I understand you get the pick. You have to be sure that Arizona tie the game. We need 1 point from Arizona ENORTAP. Who need Grand Girard? That's the question. Oh my God, the power play at Arizona is bad too. Where's chicken run? Wow, Arizona struggle, guys. Oh my God. Boy. Shoot that puck. What? The back door. Even string. Unbelievable. Position come first. Go Ags, go. I will go to remember it's not all about the top 5. We got a Roy and the 5th round, 5th under where we go in the year to draft. Yeah, of course, this it's he can pick 2nd, 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round. Anderson ref. But the quality is the 1st round pick are better to compare to the rest, right? I still not I'm not sold in Joshua Roy yet. Like when I said that, like, like a bottom six possible, how he can carry on this game. Will be interesting to see that. He's still improve his skating. But, you have to give what he is right now. As soon as it is, absolute about this, Steve. Could fully make a pitch for all that? No. Now, if he become UF3, look possible, but not at the traded line. Bat, Lightning, and that arena. The Gravation don't go there. The Flame winning 3-1, guys. The Hawks still 1-0. A really bad night for Montreal if Chicago win and the Anaheim win tonight. I'm still not sure which team I took tonight. I changed my pick tonight. I think I took Winnipeg. All right, I lost Capitals. I lost Detroit. I think I took Winnipeg. I took Coyotes. I'm losing. I took Calgary. I'm winning. And I took the Sharks. So I can be 3-3 or I could be 1-5. Or I could be 2-5. 2-4. Jesus. Thanks so much, RJ, for update. Ouais, c'est sneaky, fast hand, a great vision, François. Yeah. Well, thanks for the stream. Coach, see you later. No problem. Select, hopefully you come back anytime, my friend. Thanks so much, Select. Select, well, good night. Let us know what is happening about this, about that. 4:33. I'm going to follow the game Chicago, Arizona before we shut down here. Hey, coach, we will spend time and the gel together, Vinny said. Yeah, possible. Hit the likes, not going to jail. Williamson, coach, maybe, and ENORTAP said that. Yeah, I went from at the top of the world to then on the playoff bubble, Steve G. Yep, sorry about this. Johnny, okay, signed with the Columbus and ENORTAP. Everything is possible. Yeah, Huberdeau got traded. Everything is possible. I was set all my life, all my year last year. Huberdeau not go nowhere. And then they got traded. That's now Pilsy to pay the price now. We need a goal from Keller. Why Keller cannot play hockey right now? Don't ping back right there. Bad play again. Yeah, as a UF3, look. We were all bound around. Yeah, in our tap. Gretzky trade, anything is possible, literally. Vinny, you're absolutely right about this. Some pushing after the whistle. Right, more like, is that too much to ask? I was celebrating until Lastagag got injured, CG. I was celebration until Lastagag. Less of 3 minutes to go. 3-1 the Flame, and then 2-2 both of them. So only one game in action. I think we have only one game in our top. We are different, right? It was only Chicago and Arizona. And I think Yamo go with another team. I don't know which team. I think he took the Lightnings. I'm not sure. Well, if anything is possible, I guess Matthews go to Arizona. All that choice are limited because the cap of the lot is dangerous. What about Matthews go with the Montreal Canadian? Jack glad we put a stop to Tampa again. You are welcome, Hockey Nation. Like we put a stop to the Tampa straight beat. You are welcome, Hockey Nation. Yep, you did it. Yamo go with Arizona, but I'm talking about other game. I think me and you and Ata, we have only different game is this one, Chicago, Arizona, right? The rest we're all together. But I think Yamo took another game where we said, oh, see, he go with other team. Yamo go with Arizona. No, nobody want Matthews and Montreal. You talk about a center number 1 can score 50 goals per year. We don't have those kind of players. Who will win? Tina G, welcome aboard. Well, this game is over, honestly. I forgot to cut the final here, but this game is over. And we should put final there, but I did not. Yamo took Florida. Ouch, that hurt. Matthews to Boston. Look, ouch, that's not good. He took Florida. No money, look. 2:20 to go remaining. Still 1-0 Chicago. Per play to the 2:05. RJ, thanks so much. $145. Oh my God. They play so bad, Coyotes. Oh my God. I'm watching the Arizona. The only thing they don't do is to keep the puck. And I seen 56 seconds to go. And South and the playoff, no money. Power play 22:05. Well, we need some help from the San Jose Sharks tonight. The last time I took San Jose Ducks, the last game, the Sharks lost 6-5 in overtime. I still remember because I lost my prediction. The Boston are in great spot right now to well a deal because there's a lot of money coming out this next year. Yep. Sorry about this. Face off now on the right side. Winnipeg, Arizona. Check run. Winnipeg to corner. Winnipeg behind the net. Ball out. Go back on the left side. Go back up by Tay. Shoot the puck on the left side. It's coming out. Shoot the puck. And Chicago score. Oh my God. This is not a good news for the Montreal Canadiens. This is the worst thing happening tonight, guys. The Chicago win tonight. Wow. Wow. Chicago 2-0. Yeah. Coach, do you see the Jet having what it takes to go deeper? Or will they fall on the horror? I don't think so. I think they're going hanging there, William. I don't sure they have the team to go the third round. I don't see them at the top 4 team. But it's going. They have everything. They have big everything on that. Get snuggled and now the Flame are winning. That will give me 2, right? My key right now is to be sure the Sharks right now. This is really bad news for the Montreal Canadiens, by the way. Now, the Arizona lost tonight. San Jose win. Now, if Anaheim win tonight, they are going to be 5 points behind Montreal. All right, it will be interesting. No, culture, we went down lower and sending Chicago goes on the run. We are good. No, you're not going to have Chicago. Chicago is going to finish at the bottom in NHL. That's the problem about that one there. Well, I'm either going out 3-3 or 2-4 Luciano. Look like the same thing like me, Luciano. At the end of the day, in our tap, you're not going to have Columbus and Chicago pass Montreal. You want San Jose, Arizona win. That's the biggest thing about that. Anyhow, it is what it is. That's it. It was my life. Was be that way. Thanks so much, everybody. Be a part of the show tonight. It's time to go. It's 11 o'clock. Hopefully, an amazing, great night. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation show tonight. Hopefully, you enjoyed your Friday night. Thanks, Michael DeLanery, to join us tonight. I wish you an amazing, great weekend. We'll be back tomorrow for the game for the Montreal Canadiens versus the Winnipeg Jets. Weekend the St. Louis Blues. Until then, my friend, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. An amazing, great night, everybody. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much. Be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, find a way to dominate the second. The first app of what? 2023. Have a great night, everybody. Good night, Francois, Luciano, ENORTAP, William McCleary, William Snyder, Vinny, RJ, Luc Lafortune, Steve G, Luciano. Thanks so much, my friend. Enjoy your game tomorrow night. Good night, William McClary. Good night, Luciano. Thanks, all the moderators. Oh. Booyah!